one of our other campaigns. Oh, my friends are dead.
Yeah. And not only that, it's like the session that you miss. It's like, oh god. Okay, I can finish the stat block later.
Oh, my friends are dead. I lost my arm, my leg.
Yes, we're ready.
Lost everything.
Shit, I didn't do spells yet. Yeah, I'll do that while we talk.
I know, I'm making like a Roll20 sheet because I didn't think about that.
Yeah, you don't need the sheet. Oh shit, I've still got to put your tokens in there. Did you guys put your tokens in there?
I'll let you know, and I will have a token already assigned to mine. I'll tell you when.
I don't know how to do that shit. I never use Roll20 sheet. If you give me a sheet in there, I'll assign a token to it. I'll figure it out.
You have a sheet in there.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Seeing all my wild shapes.
I know. I finally don't have to make them as you like randomly flip through and hey, let me turn into this person, and you don't have a token for it.
It's fun, all right.
No, I get it. And I said you can use any of them. So
hey, I'm just saying, if you were in Foundry, you could easily pull those up on the fly.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god, it's such a long ability.
yeah, I played that in Alex's game actually, and it's fun, but it's got a lot of weird ins and outs. Like there's an entire forum devoted as to what can and can't you actually do, because it's kind of weird.
I've read up on a lot of it.
Yeah,
guys. For the token, where do I put?
Go into your Roll20 sheet.
Where it says avatar?
Yeah, click edit, and it should have a...
Awesome.
Yeah.
There, Roll20, edit, avatar. Wow, got it.
There you go. Bite, you hear?
I love my character's token. It's great.
It's intimidating.
It is. It's awesome.
It is so intimidating. He said it to me. I was like, I'd be scared of that.
Yeah. Okay. So, when last we left off, the team first visited the Navajo Nation, then went to Salem, Massachusetts, and all the information found in these two places led them to New York City, following the ability broker, the Illithid or Mind Flayer, that has been the source of many of their problems. As they went here looking for any sign of this creature, they went to the Magic Crimes unit of the NYPD. They told the NYPD that any sort of monster occurrences might be a sign of them, or any sort of oddities happening around the city could be a sign that the ability broker is there. And the Magic Crimes unit agreed to help them. Joining the Magic Crimes, you went to investigate some disappearances that happened in the subway. After splitting off from the Magic Crime detectives, you boarded one of the subways headed north towards the Bronx. Shortly thereafter, you learned that the entire subway car and some of the adjacent subway cars were in fact mimics. After getting doused in acid, fighting for your lives as well as the lives of the other innocent members of the public that were unfortunate enough to be on these subway cars, you were able to save several of them, while many others unfortunately died, including two of your own, Grant Gelsworth and Severin Dara. And we left off with... Hang on, where is the map? Okay, one of the downsides of two screens, I just have more places to lose things. There we go. Okay. Grant, unfortunately, dying out in the sun, protecting one of the citizens, actually surviving, even post his death, thanks to his sanctuary spell, and Severin charging after one of the subway cars down the tunnel. By the time Rachel got to him, unfortunately, he had died from his injuries. As Rachel is there in the tunnel, on her knees, shouting, Severin! Over Severin's body. Terence Holland, who had fought many of the creatures out in the sunlight, comes running into the tunnel, exhausted due to his very tiny legs and lack of a lot of cardio, and also from his many, many injuries fighting these creatures. Terence, you run up to Rachel, see her on her knees, and look down and see the dead Severin. What would you all like to do?
Just one thing before we start.
Yes.
I'm gonna need you to put the token in there, Chris. I don't have an operating account anymore, and because I have so many things in there, it's too much. I can't put anything else. I can't upload a new picture.
Okay. Any requests on border design color? Black,
I
red,
sent
blue.
you one. Can you not just drag that in there?
You sent me like a full square picture. I don't think you actually sent me.
Right underneath it is a token.
Oh, there it is. Yes. Thank you.
Yep.
All right. Anyway, you guys continue. Terrence and Rachel.
It slowly dawns on Rachel that Severance is dead. He tries to pick up the poor Severance, but I only have 8 strength, so I don't know if I can actually carry him that well back.
Make me a strength check.
Alright. Oh, this would be funny if I failed and his head is just hitting the ground or something. Five.
You go to try to pick him up, but you have a lot of injuries on your body. Like there are still little bits of flesh kind of falling off of you from the acid. You try to pick him up, but in your despair and pain, it's like he weighs 1,000 pounds. And as you try to pick him up, you actually find that you're picking up just a little, just that adrenaline of having lost your friend. And then all of a sudden, he just drops to the floor like he weighs 1,000 pounds, and you hear a familiar voice from out in the shadows say, "You can't get out of a deal with me that easily." As a coyote appears from the shadows and grabs Severin's foot and begins to drag him into the darkness.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Oh no!
I wasn't prepared for this. Rachel's gonna be like, "Hey, you can't take him! You can't take him!"
Coyote, dragging him backwards, is just going to look up at you, look down at Sev, look up at you, and again, and just have that grin on his face that looks out of place on an animal, but perfectly in place on this particular coyote, as he ignores you and continues to drag him further into the tunnel. And you notice that the shadows sort of seem to engulf and surround him.
Rachel's gonna try and desperately go after him, but
And as you attempt to run after, are you like attacking anything, or are you just like
trying to basically grab. I don't want to fight Coyote, so I'm just gonna try and grab Severin's foot and pull on it.
Right, as you grab Severin's other foot, Coyote continues unimpeded, dragging him backwards, and poor Severin's like
Oh no!
desecrated corpse is like splitting his legs wide into like a chicken bone.
I can only imagine
like a wishbone.
Sections of the skin is like sloughing off as you grab onto it because it
Or
was
with all the
melted.
acid.
Yeah.
Oh my! Rachel's face is a face of despair. She's trying to stop this fucking coyote. Good.
And after the wishbone kind of happens, and little bits are falling off of him, Coyote easily wrestles him from you and drags him into the darkness.
Oh god, Rachel's gonna fall to her knees and just be in shock, and then tears are gonna swell because Severance died and then the fucking coyote took her! Oh my god! I never thought that would come back to haunt us! Oh god.
It deals with trickster deities, man. Bite stares.
Oh no.
After taking... Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, after he disappears, you look around. The mimic cut in half from your psychic blade in the form of Grant Pulaski. Multiple dead bodies, mostly just skeletal figures with whatever little meat remains on the bone all around you. Men, women, children, all sizes, and the actual tracks are starting to sizzle a little with the acid. But like with many of the weapons and everything else that you had, the acid is more designed for organic matter, so it's sizzling on the tracks, but it's not actually destroying them in the dark.
It's probably giving them a nice cleaning.
Yeah. So where would you all like to go? What would you two like to do?
And probably after taking a couple minutes to just process, Rachel will get up and head back down the tunnel towards where Grant died at.
All right, as you exit the tunnel, you see that the mother with curly hair that had before gotten down and sort of cradled her dead child in her arms, the one with the Spider-Man, the little girl with the Spider-Man design on her shirt, has sort of left the child's body and left a very acid burned coat kind of over the child. And the child is now like off of the train tracks off to the side. And she is instead with the one child that you all actually saved, the younger boy with the yo-yo, as she's sitting there cradling him. He's only got like one hit point, so he is pretty near death, but he's alive and sobbing into his mother. The other people that survived are nowhere to be seen, but you do hear sirens in the distance. And as you exit the tunnel, your phone starts to ring.
I'll pick it up and answer.
All right. As you answer, you hear Montoya's voice on the other side. Hey, how are things going? We found out what happened. It's mimics, so don't trust literally anything. If you see any sort of like a questionable McDonald's wrapper or just like a magazine that's looking at you kind of funny, just be safe and just shoot it. We found what?
Does this phone have a video camera function? Could I turn on the video camera?
Yes, it does. As you go to turn on the video, he continues talking. Yeah, we found Frank. There were some mimics shaped as like little rocks eating. What the fuck happened?
And it's all Rachel says is train mimic.
Like, there were mimics on the train, like snakes, or no shit, that's an actual full-on train. Wow, we didn't have any that big over here. How many were there? I see 2.
There were 3 in total. We have 2 officers down, multiple civilian casualties. We need help immediately.
Yeah, absolutely. If you haven't called 911, do it. We're on our way. Are there any more creatures there?
We think we got them all, but we should have police teams swarm the sewers and hunt them all down, just in case.
Yeah, you can never tell with mimics. All right, we're on our way. I'll call in Magic Crimes and see if we can get some more people down here. Stay safe, and I'm sorry for your loss. As the phone hangs up,
Rachel will take a couple seconds, call 911, and then be like, give them a call and see what happened.
All right, you call 911. You apprise them of the situation, and they say that they've already been given the basic information other people have already called, and that they've already dispatched ambulances to the area as well as several police cruisers, and that Magic Crimes has already been informed based on the monstrous nature of what happened. And as you are on the phone with 911, Terrence, you see Grant's phone light up with a text message. The text message is from someone named Mac in his phone, and it says, and it is asking if Grant is coming to Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh, God. While Bite figures out how to reply to that, I'm gonna go over to the mother and her child and offer up the child a health potion. My last health potion, but, you know.
All right. You bend down, and the mother is kind of startled as you get close. What? Oh, you. What is that?
It is a magical healing potion. It will help your child feel better.
Okay. Yes, sure. Thank you. And as you bend down and pour the health potion into the child's mouth, and many of the acid burns all over the child's body and bite marks start to visibly close. She looks down astonished, and then looks up at you and looks over at Terrence, and she just looks you directly in the eyes, tears in her eyes, and says, "Thank you. I thought I'd lost both of them, but you managed to save Jeremy. And even more now," as she looks down and as the wounds are closing. He's still crying, and he's still hurt, just because healing potions can only really do so much, but he's no longer at risk of death.
Nice.
I'm just gonna tell her, sorry we could not save the other.
Sorry, it hasn't really hit me yet, but you saved one. You saved a lot of people. People can't really expect more.
Ambulances are on their way, so help will arrive soon. Just sit tight.
She nods and goes back to consoling her child. Terrence.
Reading his is just hilarious.
Yeah. As you are kind of looking around awkwardly and texting back, just roll me a d20 to see whether or not the phone actually can text back, because it's been acid doused. Yeah, with an 11, I'll say that it most of the buttons don't work, but once you get the word started, the autocorrect kind of fills it in for the most part. And the response is this a joke? My name is Mackenzie. I'm Grant's sister.
Next thing you know, Terrence can take a picture of the body and send it on over.
That's a selfie.
Posing the body in with peace signs.
Probably still pull Grant up just in case. Inventory.
And Waffle, you should have access to your character in Roll20.
Nope.
Really?
You have not given. Did you save?
Yeah. How about now?
Nope.
Try refreshing, maybe?
I will try refreshing.
In players' journals, question, Waffle.
Oh my god, of course. Why would it not fucking put me in the right? I hate when if you have multiple Roll20 it's open, and I already closed out the last one, so I didn't even have that page open when I reloaded. It took me into my other fucking Roll20. I'm like, really? Nope. I don't know what you're doing tonight. Here, let me pull the thing that way I can actually see the button prompts. Do.
Let me try.
So
making
it should be Where is represents? They should have it represents a character. Hang on, actually, let me go and do this.
I made just second one. Hopefully that one will work.
Yeah, like, but I already have everything. That's why I was like, so in the edit, okay. So you clicked on the character sheet and you see the edit at the top.
Yes.
Okay, when you're in that, it should be in player's journal and then controlled by. Make sure you're hitting.
Yep, that's what they're both.
And then you
saying.
hit save changes at the bottom.
Yep.
Not. Reload again. Yeah, you're doing it on the wrong character. I have a new. I said I imported a character. You're doing it on.
Oh, that's the one you were talking about. Okay.
Yes, the one that's already like set up and.
Okay. Yeah, no, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, I don't need that one or like the you just made. I since I already had one set up with all the stats and everything already imported on it. Do you see it?
Yes, I do. And there you go. You should have it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you can get rid of like the Castero or and the new character who dis. And I already have it linked up, so the token should have 8. Like when you pull it out, it should automatically link to HP value and stuff like that. Already set. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I like Terence's reply, by the way.
After getting that response, after getting that response, the phone starts ringing. Like no more text, it starts ringing.
New face of the party. New face of the party.
Terrence. Oh my.
Yes. Who the hell is this?
Is she loud enough that Rachel could hear this? Because Rachel's just gonna look over like, what the hell is
You
going
can see
on?
him like freaking out, going, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
Yeah, if he's freaking out next to your friend's dead body, you probably notice.
Yeah, I'm just like looking at him like, who the hell are you talking to?
As he's holding this phone, still kind of smoking from the acid. Yes, this is Mackenzie, his sister. I'm not sure what. If this is a joke, it's very not funny. Yes, he has a sister, not had. Who's Rachel?
Rachel will come over and take the phone from him. She'll be like, "Oh my god, I'm." Let me put you on speaker. Oh my god!
As you turn the speaker on, it's very, very crackly and hard to hear. This entire conversation has been hard to hear. This phone has just been through so much. As he puts her on speaker, she is just yelling, "Who are you people? How do I know that you haven't just stolen my brother's phone? This isn't funny."
Take a look at it and go at the number on the phone and go, "1 second, ma'am. We're gonna call you back with a different phone. That way we can actually understand you better."
Fine. Just do it immediately.
And then I'll go put the number into my phone and put it on speaker as well. That way Terrence can talk as well. Rachel's gonna be like, no. I don't think she's gonna want to see his body this way. His face is melted off.
As you take a picture of Grant's body.
We can use our words, Terrence. Our words.
Only like half the picture shows up on the phone because like part of the camera lens is melted. But there's enough that it's easy to tell that Grant is dead. All right. As you bring her up on the phone, hello. Okay, who are you people?
I am Rachel. I'm with the Bureau of Paranormal and Arcane Investigations. One of Grant's partners, that was Terrence. He's a little in shock. We have lost 2 members of our team today, and one of them was your brother Grant. In a battle with, I cannot say what, but we lost him. He bravely defended people to the end of his life.
As there's just silence on the phone for a few seconds.
Yes, I am.
And as you hear the sirens going closer, you know that it's actually being broadcast through the phone. As she pauses, I am going to call the Bureau, and if this is a joke, I will find you and kill you.
Madam, I am very sorry you found out this way. My comrade is very much in shock. I had planned to come tell you to your door rather than over a call.
I'm going to call the Bureau and get confirmation from them. Thank you for just bye. She just clicks and hangs up the phone.
Rachel will sigh for a second, then look at Terrence and go, "What were you thinking?" I'm just... the poor lady! The poor lady!
And as you see on the text chat with this person, she'd asked him whether or not he wanted to come to Thanksgiving dinner like 3 or 4 times over the past few days, in like various iterations. Like, I know you can, like, I know you're getting these messages. Text me back. It's like, I'm setting a place for you whether you like it or not.
And then Rachel's just gonna look at him, and the emotion's gonna well up again, and she's gonna be like, "Oh, Grant, you could have told us. Why?" And she'll throw the phone.
All right. As you throw the phone, and it crashes and sort of explodes on the train tracks. It was already like most of the way past any sort of sense of repair, but now it's completely gone.
It'll take a couple of seconds and then shoot a message off to Greyforge. That way, when she calls up the Arcane Bureau, they'll back us up. She'll shoot off a message to Greyforge. Fought train mimics. Grant and Severance are dead. More details incoming when I can make a report.
All right. After you get the text back, the phone rings for like a second and then turns off, like he called you on his side and then hung up really quickly. And then you get a text back. You get a text back from Greyforge saying, update me when you can. I'll send some more people your way. And after you get that text, the ambulances arrive in droves. There are several police cars arriving. People get out. They start helping the wounded. They rush over to you. They bring you and Terrence to 2 different ambulances, and they start treating you. They start asking you those general questions to make sure that you are alert and oriented, making sure that you know your name, the date, where you are. And all of this sort of goes by in a blur for you and Terrence. They start dressing your wounds just to the EMT standards and put you both on gurneys. As you look on and you see them putting Grant in a... they sort of cordon off the area and try to block civilians' view of the area as you see them put Grant in a body bag.
Ugh.
Right, are either of the 2 of you doing anything else here before we skip forward a little?
No, not me at least.
And, there are quite a number of people, and the few people that kind of catch you crying, they don't seem to pay you any mind. The only people that are around are like EMTs and professionals. As the woman with the curly hair and her one child are led away in their own ambulance. As she passes by, she kind of gives you a nod of solidarity and understanding as their ambulance takes off. As the two of you are put on your gurneys and rolled into the back of the ambulances, you aren't sure where you are in New York. Just your unfamiliarity with the city, and you kind of offhandedly realize that Grant would have probably known exactly where you are since he grew up here. And as you're heading back, Terence, the EMT that's working on you is a green lizard folk. As he is putting a line for fluids in you, all of a sudden he freezes, and you see the pupils in his eyes just go completely wide, like dinner plates, almost taking up the entirety of the eye. And then he looks at you. Mr. Holland. As he says the word Holland, he has that same sort of a stuttering, almost like a record skipping when he speaks. And it's almost like the person is having like a slight spasm when he says it. Finally meeting face to face. And the record skipping is reminiscent of the ability broker when you ran into him last.
Uh-oh. Terrence, my man.
The grin on this EMT widens slightly. Oh, come now, Mr. Holland. You remember me. I've been inside your head. I've just come by to have a quick talk. I'm going to ask nicely once. Leave me be. Leave the city, and no harm will come to you or your brother.
Ooh.
Sorry, but that's a deal breaker. Unfortunately, I have plans for the dear girl. She's coming with me. And make me a deception check if you are lying about leaving at once.
Yep. On for the course.
Fuck it, let me roll
Oh,
inside check.
Terrence, man.
Ah.
It would be funny if he failed it.
Oh, damn.
Oh my god! Roll an attack roll, sir! Oh yeah, no, he can see through the deception.
He just looks and goes, "You think I have not been on this planet for a while? I can see through your Pitiful attempts to lie to me, mortal.
Nice. You reach up and you punch this man in the face. And even though the blow lands, he doesn't seem to be in pain. It's like all of his pain receptors are off. And even though you're sure that this was a meaty blow, and the lizard folk's nose begins to bleed, and then as his head is cocked back from the hit, he looks back down at you. Come now, Mr. Holland. I'm not here. I'm speaking through this man. You can kill him if you'd like. It doesn't matter to me.
Next thing you know, you see Terence beat the man to death and be like, who you gonna speak through now, bitch?
Hell yeah, Terence.
That actually causes him to pause and then cocks his head slightly. Insults. I expected you to be less childish. But let's consider this a parting threat. As he looks over, he looks towards the driver of the ambulance, and then you notice that his pupils go from the size of dinner plates back to their normal bits, and then the EMT comes back and he continues trying to stick your arm with the needle and put some fluids in. As the ambulance slows down for a second, and then it just lurches forward like the driver just slammed his foot on the gas pedal. It accelerates, it sideswipes a car, and then slams into a building in front of you as the ambulance crashes through the window.
Also, I love that MT, because that's gotta be the most badass MT. His nose is bleeding, and yet he's still trying to do his job.
Oh, it hasn't quite dawned on him yet. It's like, as far as him, it's like a little time skip. It's like, he goes down, it's like, oh man, am I getting sick? Is my nose runny? All of a sudden, he just slams in through a window. He doesn't know.
Yeah, I just think he's the most badass. He's just sitting there like, nosebleed, oh, it's nothing, gotta do my job today.
Yeah. And hey, it's like he's not going to be able to testify against him because A, he doesn't remember, and B, now he could just blame it on the crash.
Yeah.
And simultaneously, while this is happening, well, not simultaneously, but right after this happens, Rachel, as you are laying down having your EMT treat your acid burns, the pink female tiefling with very curly hairs, like an afro on her head, with a small horns sticking out of the afro, is bandaging one of your wounds. All of a sudden, her eyes similarly go from their pupils go from the regular size, widening into the point where almost the entirety of her eyes are black. As the tiefling looks at you and says, "Hello, Rachel."
You, after this crappy day, you show up! God damn it. Look, I'm pissed.
Now, child, calm down. I've just come to talk.
Did you summon the train mimics?
I didn't summon anything. They were just creatures that happened to be in the area that I was trying to check in my attempt to get home. Casualties were unfortunate, but necessary. I had no control over them.
I'm gonna find you and stab you.
Good. Use your training and grow even stronger. I have plans for you. And again, as it has that like record skipping, the actual physical body has like a small, like a mini seizure for like a half a second.
Rachel will pause and think for a couple of seconds. You sound like the Emperor from Star Wars when you say that. Like,
The pink tiefling just sort of cocks its head, like not understanding the reference. I am no emperor. Regardless, I invited you here because I wanted to bring you with me. Not so you could bring your friends and attempt to interrupt my plans. Leave them and join me.
Rachel will pause and think for a second and goes, "What will you do for me if I do that? Like, what reason do I have to join you?"
Because I can offer you what you've always wanted. Power and control over multiple worlds. I have ambitions far greater than this world. I've tried to make others like you, but you are the first true success.
Rachel will sit there and go, "Power is not at the top of my priorities right now. I'm kind of a little upset that you got my 2 friends killed."
They got themselves killed. All I did was cause the mimics to show up. By happenstance. Their ineptitude and lack of skill got them killed. In the grand scheme of things, they mean nothing.
Rachel will clench her hand into a fist. "Where are you at?"
The pink tiefling smiles widely. Yes, let me tell you exactly where I am. No, I merely want you to stay in the city while I find the path to my home, so that you can be ready to leave when I finally find it.
I'll try and bluff him, but we'll see how this goes. "How am I supposed to go with you if I don't know where you're at?"
I will tell you when the time comes, and only when I can confirm that you are truly willing. You've always been quite spirited.
I'm willing right now. You should just tell me right now.
Make me a deception check and a wisdom saving throw, because he is simultaneously doing a lot of shit. Oh, and Terence, make me an intelligence check.
Well, that's just disappointing.
Very on brand. Oh, and guys.
Holy
Oh.
fuck.
The highest roll was the wizard throwing a punch.
Oh,
For his insight check. Well, you feel a probing into your mind. Very familiar to what you have felt before when dealing with the ability broker. You are good at many things, my girl, but lying is not one of them, despite you're lying to yourself. I will contact you when the time comes. Hopefully, you'll have come around by then. Oh, and you might want to make sure that your friend Terence is taken care of. He's had an unfortunate accident.
so he's going to try and punch him, stopping before hitting him, realizing, oh wait, this is not him.
As you go up, roll me an attack.
Alright. We'll use
I will roll damage really quick for the...
dexterity. Oh wait, I can't punch with dexterity, can I?
I rolled like damage. Yeah. That's fine. Terrence, you only take 2 bludgeoning damage, not force damage from the car as it crashes. Mostly because you are strapped to a gurney. So the gurney actually slides like towards the front. It catches on the small area between the front and the rear, like the small doorway, and you actually just like slide on the bed. But the paramedic next to you with the bloody nose is actually like thrown forward into the wall. Everybody's kind of dazed and injured, but alive. All right. Yeah. That would be a strength for unarmed strike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think what happens, I clicked on dexterity first, hit escape, and then moved over to strength, and then roll 20 being roll 20. It doesn't like that.
All right. You kind of go to punch, and then you stop at the last moment, and then the pink tiefling kind of wakes up, like jumps back. Shit! How did you lay back down, ma'am? Just calm down.
We need to pull over. We need to pull over now. The other ambulance has crashed.
No. It's okay. It's okay. Just calm down. Lay back. Make me a persuasion check with disadvantage, because this is an EMT, and they're used to people being a little out of it.
I will psychic bolster that with another D8. So add 15 in total.
She'll continue like trying to be soothing. So just lay down. I'll tell you what. If you lay down and just relax, I will call dispatch and let them know. Okay? Just lie back. Deep calming breaths. You've been through a very traumatic experience.
Rachel will lie back and be like, "You'll call dispatch, right?"
Yes, I will. And as soon as you like lay back, she kind of like puts a hand on your shoulder to kind of like help make sure that you stay back on the gurney. And then she'll reach into her pocket and grab her phone and kind of show it to you. And then she'll call dispatch and just let them know that one of the other ambulances was supposedly in an accident, and to just call in to make sure that everybody is okay. But you then continue on to the hospital where you are treated more completely, and you can regain all of your hit points. Yeah, Terrence, you are busted up, and you get up and you look outside of the ambulance, and you find yourself in the middle of a Starbucks coffee shop. There are a few people on the ground sprawled about. You aren't sure of their state. But there are some other people that are kind of poking their heads in at the ambulance, asking, like, "Are you okay?" And I'll say, Rachel, also make me an intelligence check. Same as Terrence did, and failed. Oh, okay. And then like several people pull out their cell phones and call. Wow. Several people pull out their cell phones and call 911, and more ambulances and police officers come to help everybody out. You aren't sure of the states of many of the people that were actually hit by the ambulances, but the people inside the ambulance are alive and a little dazed, but alive, and they seem okay and very confused. And the man has no idea that his bloody nose came from you. Oh, yeah, thank you. Oh, man, that's quite a gusher. It's weird because I thought that I hit my back when the car crash happened, but, now I've got a bloody nose. Who knows? Maybe I had like one of those things just like you hit your head and then you bash your head forward and there's like a small point of blackout, but thank you, as you like hold like a handkerchief up to his nose and help him out. but eventually an ambulance comes and finally takes you, Terrence, to the hospital.
Man, the poor driver's gonna get sued for this one.
I mean, unless you and Terrence tell them that they got mind control, but that's up to you guys.
Rachel would at least tell them that she thinks magic was involved because she doesn't know that he got mind controlled, per se.
Okay. The rest of the day is kind of a blur, made mostly of doctors and nurses treating you, as well as people from Magic Crimes coming in and questioning you about what happened. They don't question you too hard. They just want like the specifics. That way they know how to work through everything. But they determine that you kind of need your rest after everything that happened.
Basically, just gonna tell them there are mimics in the sewers. Please send more officers down there.
It's like a madman. It's like, there's mimics. I swear. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
Give me my tinfoil hat! I need it!
How long has that chair been there?
Yeah.
Actually, you see Rachel just every once in a while just throws like psychic daggers at something just to make sure.
It's not a mimic!
Gwyneth Paltrow on the front of that magazine was giving me a weird look.
God.
It's
I shifted. I swear.
But anyway, you and Terrence are able to spend the night comfortably in the hospital. Yes, exactly. The printer was giving me a funny look, I swear.
I laughed, Rachel laughed, the toaster laughed, I stabbed the toaster. We all had a great time.
Yeah. The next morning, Rachel and Terrence, the two of you, get a call from Greyforge, like a community speaker call, so we can faster. As Greyforge calls. So
Rachel's speaking.
We got the call from Grant's sister. How are you and Terrence holding up?
Not well, if I'm going to be honest. It was very much a shock to lose Grant and then Severance right after each other.
Yeah. I wish there was something I could say to make it sting less, but that's just stuff for movies. Just need time to get through it. So I'm going to have you and Terrence take some mandatory downtime.
No.
Yes. A month.
I want to go after the ability broker. I want to pay the bastard back for what he did, or else I will not get closure with this.
We have many other agents that are perfectly capable. Take a month, get your heads on better. Spend time to grieve. If you go at this angry, you're just going to end up making more problems.
Sir, the ability broker wants me. I am your best lead right now to get after him. He wants me. He wants me to stay in the city. I am the best link to him to find him. A month could do way more damage. There could be more mimics, subways. There could be, who knows what, Godzilla could show up.
I've already spoken to the people at Magic Crimes. They have people there that are just as good at magic as we are, and even better, they know New York City like the back of their hand. They've already got teams using Locate Creature in order to comb through every last subway tunnel, sewer, and the entire island of Manhattan, as well as the rest of New York City proper. They've already gone through and swatted, I don't know, I think 30 mimics was the last count. They have that handled.
Yeah, the mimics are not what I'm worried about. Is the ability broker. He can bring more stuff through. This isn't going to be an isolated incident. He's going to keep doing this until he can find his way to where he wants to go. That means more creatures. Possibly more dangerous creatures. The way it was explained to us is he's playing a game of darts in the multiverse, trying to hit the right point. He can bring anything through. Anything from stories. Mimics are just the first of it. He could bring through, as I said, Godzilla monsters to demons to God knows what.
And we have plenty of people that can take care of that. I'll make you a deal. Instead of a month, take 2 weeks. You and Terrence both. Get your heads on straight. Don't have anything to do with this case or the mimics or anything. Just relax. And after that time, if you haven't done anything and you feel okay to come back, then we'll get you started again. Sound like a good deal?
Okay, but if something big happens, I'm going to stay in New York, and if something big happens, I'm going to do something about it. Does that sound okay?
That sounds fair. So long as you aren't the one who triggers the big thing happening. Like I said, you can't go anywhere near this. All right? Focus on you and Terrence and just getting your head back straight.
Okay.
All right. Don't worry about using off time. Don't worry about any of that. I've already approved every last bit of leave that you need. Just take in a show. You're in the Big Apple. There's plenty of place that you can go. Just take some time to relax. Terrence, you too. Put in with some people in the office, and we all chipped in, and we got you and Rachel a very nice bottle of wine. We'll be shipping it out later today. I've already informed Brant's family, and Sev, he unfortunately doesn't have much left in the way of family, but we're making sure that all of his odds and ends are taken care of.
Is there?
My bar.
I know.
That's what I was talking about. Like, where do you think they got the wine?
Yeah.
God. Do you think there's anything we could do for Seb?
They even buy one. They stuck it in.
Oh God.
Reuse it, man.
We gotta cut corners somewhere, guys.
How else do you think they're gonna pay for the
It's
vacation?
funny. It's literally like, oh, they didn't buy them one. They just took wine from fucking Sam's place. Like, we gotta cut corners somewhere. We can't be spending all our budget on this wine.
Yeah. Only way to get it up to Terrence standards is to steal it because they don't have enough money.
Oh, that's so hilarious. But yeah, I was gonna say, is there anything we can do for Sev's body? Coyote took it.
That is something we've been discussing, and we aren't sure. Trickster gods are not exactly things you want to mess with, and we wouldn't exactly know what to do. We are going to contact Caton in the Navajo Nation, see if he might have any idea, or if he could maybe talk or get some sort of a talks set up. But we are looking towards those avenues. Grant's body should be released in a few days to the family. They've already made it clear that they want any of the effects that he had on him to go to his teammates. What little he talked with his family, he apparently thought very highly of the rest of you. Hopefully it'll help the two of you survive a little bit more. After your 2 weeks is up, we'll have some more teammates for you to help bolster your numbers and find the ability broker. But I don't want you to focus on that right now. Just focus on getting better. And he does say you're welcome to Terrence. All right. Is there anything else? Oh, we've also got a very nice room for all of you, or for the both of you, in a hotel in New York. So you don't have to worry about that either.
He got us a Motel 6. Oh God.
Yeah,
I
so I'm
think
just
the
being for
only
Terrence.
thing we could need is when you send the new people down, could you send them with more health potions?
They're just gonna stuff at health. Like, we just need people.
We need beef.
Yeah. Yeah.
In danger from what? Oh, well, then in that case, we'll do you one better than looking after him, and we'll offer to bring him into protective custody. I can't guarantee that he'll take it, but if he doesn't, we will position as many units as we can outside of his house just to make sure that he's safe. Anytime. All right. You should take care of yourselves. Again, I don't want you going anywhere near this case. I don't want you even thinking about it. Get your heads on, get healed, and then come back swinging.
2 weeks later, Rachel has like one of those things where it's the pins and the strings all hooked
Yeah.
up.
It's like, so Gwyneth Paltrow is actually a mimic, which was hired by the Ability Broker. All right. Is there anything any of you wanted to do, like for like right now, or can I kind of skip through the next 2 weeks? I'm gonna ask you guys what you want to do for downtime.
I can also go over what all Grant had in his inventory that way if you guys want to divvy any of that shit up.
Hang on, one thing really quick.
One of the big problems is like Grant. I think you're like I want that healing tea.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted to take your axe, but I can't use your axe.
Yeah, so I have a Tomahawk of Returning, which is a hand axe. It's a +1 hand axe that when after you throw it, it returns back to your hand. I have the Jorn's a Mad Hop that can cast a jump spell on yourself at will without using a spell slot or material components, and it's as a bonus action, which jump out from quickly triples your jump distance. It also, if you put a cup, it makes alcohol, and you can attempt to make it better alcohol if you do a check. Let's see. He has his Pulaski, which is a silvered great axe. He has a shotgun. He was wearing a bulletproof vest that was pretty acided, so I don't know how much that even survived. He has a portable infuser with invincibility. That is amazing tea.
Nice to give it to someone before the mimic fight.
You didn't know it was coming.
We didn't know.
You have to use it like it takes a while to do it.
It's a 5-minute brew time.
I think it's like a 10 minutes to
something
brew.
like that. It's
because you gotta boil the water.
the TC, but it's a very complicated process.
Add the milk because that's how it should be.
No. Wrong.
Anyway,
Some
add
tea,
milk.
a little bit of honey.
I have 2 uses left of the invisibility eye drops if they haven't expired.
Okay.
He has a small dream catcher, a silver dragon incense holder. Let's see.
oh man, you bought these things for your family too.
I have things you guys would really like. I have a potion of greater healing. I have I think I have. Do I have any regular potions left? Okay, and then I have 2 of the things of ointments. So one jar has 1 use left, and the other has 3 uses. They heal 2d8 plus 2 hit points, and it cures any disease and poison that you can load into your potion belt as a bonus action.
And I just say we make sure the gifts get to his family. Can I just say that?
Yeah, so that stuff's there. Otherwise, I mean, yeah, I have like a pocket knife. I have javelins that they're like collapsible javelins to fit better. And I think we've eaten all the snacks and stuff from the duffel bag, so I also have an empty duffel bag. So
I'll take your hand axe.
the tomahawk returning.
Yeah, the tomahawk returning. Someone's got to take that. That thing's so interesting.
It's such a cool fucking item. I loved it.
And this might be a little bit of metagaming, but does either of your characters can use the great axe? Or else the great axe is just no one can use that.
Is it so?
Great axe?
Yeah, the fire axe is a great axe.
Pulaski.
Oh.
You can use it?
Terrence. Hell yeah, Terrence. Fuck yes. I approve. I approve. I've had a wizard use a great sword he wasn't proficient in, and it went swimmingly.
He's a dwarf.
He is. Oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
I could use it. Oh yes.
Yeah, bro.
Oh my god.
You realize this Pulaski is like as big as he is.
It's a fire
Awesome.
attack. Yeah, so you can just add a great
You
axe.
mean give me
and
that
you can mark it as silvered.
$4,000?
Yeah, and then like I said, I have a greater potion,
great.
and then the ointments, which it's like Hugum's ointment. One has one use, one jar has 3 uses. So those are very nice.
Yeah, someone should take the ointments.
So I mean, you can split them. So honestly, like one person. One person can get like a 1 jar ointment, then the greater, and the other person can get the 3 uses.
Yeah, that's.
And you can load that into your potion belt.
Alright, so that down as ointment, and it heals 2d.
If you're using D&D Beyond, it is an actual item. Type in KEOGH, and then just hit enter, and it'll pop up.
Alright, I go look it up then on D&D Beyond.
Yeah,
And then I used notes to just track how many you had left in them. So.
And it has the added benefit of not only healing but also removing disease and poison.
Yeah, it's super fucking good. That's honestly me just smearing that all over my face during the one fight when I was tanking one of the bosses.
Yeah. With the T in and in.
Dude, I was stupid in that fight.
Yeah. Yeah, you were fucking terrifying to that guy. It's like in the first fight you smited him out of his bird form and did damage.
So
and then in the second fight, you just
damage, yeah. And then the second fight, he just is not doing shit to me. It's like, how are you not 6th level blight? 6th level.
Yeah, he's just spamming blights. Blight. Why won't you die? Oh man.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so just let me know if you I had to re-go over everything. Honestly, I could probably share the sheet, and all my stuff is in there. So.
Oh yeah, if you want to do that, that would be
Yeah.
very easy to grab stuff off of it.
Yeah.
God, we're just looting Grant's pork corpse. Yes.
Did you take that one thing out?
Yes.
No, you did not.
Reload. If not, then I will resend the link.
Yeah, you're good. Jordans of Mad Hops. I forgot about those. I never used them to hop anywhere.
I never really had a chance where I needed to jump shit, you know?
I know, and in this next section it would be perfect.
Yeah.
But then again... Yeah. What?
I was going to say, I think Terrence should take the boots of Mad Hops, because I don't think he actually has boots right now.
He's shoeless.
Yeah. As dwarves should be. It's my culture.
Good. 3 uses.
All right. Anyway, over the next few days, as you and why the hell did that just disconnect? I hate the music thing. Due to inactivity, it's been for like an hour and a half.
Oh God.
It's a music bot. It's supposed to last for time.
Where's that tea? I want your tea.
Yeah.
Oh, that's under like the miscellaneous items, so it's just called invincibility.
Oh, miss, yeah.
I do that for items that aren't specific because I can just create a list of it.
Yeah. Double backs of snacks. Oh no, the white Gatorade.
Right, but anyway, when you guys get access to his items, you do send the Silver Dragon incense holder as well as the small dream catcher to his family. And as you spend the next 2 days in... Oh, I'm looking at your sheet and the failures are marked there. God damn it. No successes.
No, that was an insta-death.
Yeah. Right, as you spend the next few days in the hospital, recuperating, you look up at the TV and you see that the local news cycle has latched on to coverage of the mimic outbreak, as they call it, the mimic mayhem in Manhattan. They show images of the site that you and Terence were just, or that the two of you were just at, battling the mimics. The acid that burned through parts of the ground, several of the bodies being wheeled away in body bags, and you find yourself wondering whether or not one of those body bags contains Grant or the people that you saw there. You're discharged from the hospital after a few days, and the continuing news coverage shows that Magic Crimes is cleaning up the mimics by, very similar to how Greyforge says, using locate creature and sort of making grids and sweeping the city. And that they are getting help from 2 agents from the Bureau of the Arcane and the Paranormal. And you can sort of see them in the background of a news shot. They aren't actually giving interviews, but they do close-ups on the 2 of them. And Waffle and Rye. Waffle, would you like to describe what your character looks like?
Yeah, I can. So dressed in sort of like dark, like blacks and purple and stuff like that with like long coats. You see this human-looking female. The left side of her hair is just kind of like shaven off, so it's like the whole like long side on the right side. But it's like at like the 3rd mark, so it's like it kind of goes over, not like directly in the middle like a mohawk. And you can see it's sort of like long, like light black hair. Would it have been just like plain shots, or would it have been like any like action shots of them doing stuff of cleaning stuff up?
It would have just been them like standing around after they had just cleaned an area up, because they wouldn't have allowed the news crew to get close enough when they were actually doing.
Okay, I didn't know if they were doing like any helicopter shots or anything like that.
Oh yeah. No.
Okay, so she would just be talking with another individual, which would have been Rye's character.
Yeah. And feel free to share whatever character art you want.
Yeah, I'll show the art.
And Rye, describe your character's physical appearance, please.
Well, if it's like a news shot after like doing work, he's in like full like riot gear, except for the riot gear is like he's a beefy boy. He's thick, almost like medieval style plate armor, but like modernized into police raid gear. He has a riot shield to one side he's leaning on, and a helmet that looks like it could be fashioned to, close on his face, but now it's open. He's got like nappy black hair that's just sweat, just from, having cleaned up the slimes and whatnot, and a little bit of like a 5 o'clock shadow, but sharp jawline, dimples, like very handsome fellow. And all I got is a shot with him in his gear, so give me a sec.
Hey, my character's now not the only female on the team. I just realized that.
Why show me this photo? I was like, Jesus, that is a beefy lad.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
It's some beef.
Yeah, like if Snake Eyes started to actually put on some muscle mass.
Like I was scared of him just being in proximity.
And does his ride shield say like police, or does it say like BAP? Or
So it looks like it might have said something else that has been like scraped off, and now that there is like an official BAP seal on it.
Okay, all right.
How tall is your guy?
He's like 6'3", 6'4".
So you can see there's like almost a foot difference. As like she could be like 5'5".
Holy shit, he's a unit of a man.
It is a big difference.
Please tell me he has a baton and it's a great club or something like that.
So he does use like a telescopic like baton that is way larger than it has any right to be, and it's effectively a quarterstaff.
He's just going around beating people down.
Hell yeah.
Do not resist.
God damn it.
Trying to help you. Stop resisting.
I can just see him in the middle of combat. He just whips out his quarterstaff. You hear it snap, 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 and then next thing you hear, bonk, 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 bonk.
Yeah, so she's just up talking to this individual. Very friendly expression.
All right, and while there's no audio, they seem like they're work associates. You can't really tell how well they know each other, but they seem to be chatting. And as it goes back to the studio, they give the typical our thoughts and prayers to all of the people that were affected by this tragedy. Just the kind of empty emotions. Okay, so you two have about a week and a half off. Is there anything that you guys wanted to do in New York City? As you walked around, you would have seen various posters and things advertising various shows, Broadway, Carnegie Hall, you name it.
You know what? Sure, I'll take a week of relaxation in D&D terms and just
Spa day.
Yeah, spa day. Take a look at everything that it has. I was looking through what you can do with downtime. It's like, we don't have 10 weeks to train a skill. God damn it.
Well, like it depends what skill level you're looking for.
Hold on.
Because again, it's like, while I don't typically adhere to a lot of like it takes X number of weeks to do a skill. Like if it makes sense for your character and it's something that they can like work on over time, I'm fine with that.
Yeah. I was going to go for acrobatics because I actually don't have acrobatics as a check mark skill.
Okay. Well, I would say you aren't proficient in it. You do spend. I'll say that you spend some time like signing up at a gymnastics academy kind of a thing, as mostly part of like your recovery and recuperation after like the massive acid damage. That and in combination, you kind of start working towards proficiency in acrobatics.
Yeah.
You doing anything else other than the gymnastics?
Rachel will take a look at some shows, and then definitely on the side during the middle of the nights when she thinks no one's watching, she's putting together the string thing. Yes. This man relates to the ability broker this way.
All right. So you're doing gymnastics and also doing unauthorized stuff towards the ability broker?
Yeah, looking into him. Listen, it's only a problem if I get caught.
All right. And Terence, you are practicing with the philosophy. Are you doing anything else than that? Or that and the typical tourist activities? Okay. During the day, you walk around and you visit a lot of the touristy spots. You finally go see the Statue of Liberty. You visit Carnegie Hall and catch a few operas and famous singers there. You try to get tickets for the amazing show that is Avanti playing there, but unfortunately the tickets are sold out.
The reviews
Yeah,
were
one
pretty bad,
person
honestly.
bought the whole. He bought his own tickets.
You can confirm that. You can confirm shit. No one knows who bought the tickets. That's classified information.
Man, these scalpers are getting awful.
Um,
And you also start training with the Pulaski. It's a little unwieldy, and you actually kind of have to wrap the base of the hand part with like a gripping kind of a tape, because most of the rubber was burned away in the stomach of the mimic. And it's a little unwieldy again, just like given the size, but you find like a nice, good grip point, and you're able to get like a decent feel for the axe. For this particular axe, even though you're still not very good at using the reverse side, the sort of like a shovel edge of the Pulaski. Just because, again, it's an awkward weapon. It's like trying to use a gardening hoe as a weapon. Yes, and you are impressed that he was able to use that part, since he used the silvered end most often. All right. After about the first week after you got out of the hospital, you wake up and find that the Carnegie Hall performance of Avanti was interrupted by several large reptilian creatures that communicated via telepathy, but the musician, Avanti himself, put a stop to their rampage with the power of his song and his charismatic presence, even getting the odd creatures to act as backup dancers in his last song, though no one's sure how. A few people were injured in the incidents, but there were no fatalities, with many calling it, and the news person quotes, "the greatest show in history."
Mm.
Self-proclaimed.
Proclaimed. Yeah, it says in like tiny text, like after.
The tiniest of texts.
All right. And Rachel, I'll say make me a... let's make it an investigation check, just as you're walking around the city after that like first week and a half.
hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell
Nice.
yeah. Just a 30 to it.
All right. After that first week and a half, you're just standing at an intersection. A few different people are kind of at your shoulders, but not really touching. As the crosswalk sign switches to the actual walking person sign, a woman bumps into you, and she just kind of mutters "bitch" under her breath as she walks past you. Are you doing anything, saying anything?
Yes.
You know what? I'll call her bitch back. I'll be like, bitch.
She kind of like looks up and then kind of turns around and takes like her earbuds out of her ear. Says, "Excuse me."
You heard me. You call me a bitch. I call you a bitch.
New York.
No, I didn't. She kind of like starts walking again, kind of looking at you like you're a little crazy. Are you doing anything else, or just letting her walk on?
You know, I want to follow her now because now I'm confused. Which is a little confused. I'm confused.
Okay. You start following this woman. Make me a stealth check.
With advantage because I'm moving and have the silent boots.
Absolutely. You are moving with the silent boots. You are in a city with a bunch of people that you can hide behind, and you're not super tall.
Oh my! I'm gonna bolster that with psychic power.
That's 18.
You know what? That's probably good enough. Never mind.
Yeah. Hey,
Goddamn.
20 is still fine. As you kind of dodge behind people, you watch this woman, blonde-haired elf, with sort of like a pixie cut, as she kind of puts her headphones back in and she kind of goes back to texting on her phone, and she goes to a small office building in where is it? In the south of South Bronx. She sort of disappears into the office building, and she doesn't notice you following her at all. She doesn't say anything or do anything odd as you're following her. I'll say, are you doing anything after that, or are you following her in?
What's the office building like? What is the company that owns this building?
It's not one company that owns the building. It's sort of like a single building that's separated into multiple different offices. Unless you like want to follow her in and like follow her up the elevator and everything, it's kind of hard to tell which office she's specifically going to.
Fair. Part of me wants to, part of me thinks this is a very bad idea. You know, I will head back because I want to get Waffle and Raya in here as soon as possible, so.
All right. As you walk away, you find yourself at another intersection. Make me another investigation check.
Alright. Not with advantage. So, that would be only, normal, which is 12.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to make your way back to your hotel room with no other instances.
Alright.
Right. As the end of your 2-week downtime ends, was there anything else that you guys wanted to do during your downtime or anything special?
I think I'll... Oh, Terence is typing. I think I'll make a call to my brother over the time and ask him if he has any details where the ability broker is located at.
Yes. You call your brother for the first time, and since I think you last spoke with him in New Jersey, as he answers the phone. Hello. How can I help you?
You sound like you're dying.
Oh, no, it's fine. It's just a few bullet wounds. No one's ever died from those, right? I mean, what's a few bits of lead against me? What can I help you with, sister dear?
I was gonna ask for your help, but now I'm more curious what happened to you.
Oh, I tried to raid one of the ability broker's facilities, but apparently everybody else had the same idea as me. Ran into Carlos, quite the dweeby little fellow, but apparently very, very good with a shotgun. Who knew? Accountants can use shotguns. What a world.
You need help.
I'm working on it. I have duct tape, and I know someone who works stitching up people in the mob. So I'm on my way there now. I've only got, 2 blocks? I'm fine. What did you want? Kinda hurts to talk, so talk quickly.
I was going to ask if you knew where the ability broker was located, but now I don't think you know, considering you're raiding places and getting shot with shotguns.
Oh, yeah, no, I know, he's in New York City.
Yeah, but you know his exact location, otherwise...
Oh, no, and I actually got quite injured learning that he was in New York City. But, yeah, glad to know that helped. And that you already knew that. And that you didn't tell me that you knew.
Listen, it's been a long week. I will catch you up with a text rather than talking to you, that way you don't bleed out.
Yeah, no, it's been a long week for me, too.
Just know I might be disappearing at some point. Like, I think the ability broker is taking me with him.
What? Why? I would obviously be the much better choice.
Well, in this case, brother, you got shot by an accountant with a shotgun. I don't think you're that much better of a choice if you lose to an accountant in a fight.
He was a very good shot. Don't judge me.
Ezekiel. Yeah.
I am very much judging you right now.
Talk to you next time, unless there's anything else.
All right, talk
Oh.
to you then.
Actually, do you by any chance know what happened to Pamela?
Yeah, I'll send it over.
Excellent. Thank you. So he hangs up the phone without saying goodbye.
What is your brother's name?
Oh, his name is Colton.
I don't believe it.
I'll compose a text to him. Oh, it's like a long text detailing everything that has happened to Mimic, how the ability broker wants me, all this stuff. And then I'll include at the end, and be careful of shotguns from accountants. They're very common in New York.
All right, you send off the text, but you don't get a response back. All right. What else was there? All right, and Terence, just wants to rest after that. All right, you're able to rest and relax. The bottle of wine comes from the Bureau of the Arcane and the Paranormal, and it is a pretty pricey bottle, obviously bought by people who don't know much about wine and just went, hey, that's an expensive bottle. He'll probably like that.
Is Severance make your mark on it?
It is not.
Damn it!
So since we're off doing our thing, we level up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
2 weeks is a long time.
That's a long time.
You think that you were level 6 at the beginning of the 2 weeks?
That's fair. We came in at level 4.
We leveled up twice.
Just power leveling, just beating rats to death with like tennis rackets.
It's like Super Saiyan style. Like every time we get like down, we get stronger.
Yeah.
We've killed 17,463 slimes in the last 2 weeks. Level.
What are you, Slime Slayer?
You have a new show coming on Netflix.
All right. Anyway, as the 2 weeks comes to an end, I'll say that is where we will take break, and then we can come back with everybody introducing, and also take a look at the list of items that you guys might want. I don't know whether or not you took a look at them, Terrence.
I glanced at them myself.
I'm a little. Most of them are a little bit out of my price range.
I can actually buy 2 of them still.
Oh, speaking of price range, everybody gets 300 gold pieces for
awesome.
For 2 weeks work, and also just it's a paid vacation.
Okay, that changes things.
Yeah.
Wait, we're getting 300 as well?
Yeah, you guys work for 2 weeks.
Oh, cool.
It's like, I don't know how decisions work, so it's like if you guys worked the 2 weeks, then you would get stuff. If you didn't because they like refused, then it's like it's
man
D&D multiple rounds.
If that saber of light wasn't a dex weapon.
I know, it's the only way that I could think of making it work. It has to be a dex weapon.
No, it works.
Yeah. All right, anyway, back in 5 minutes, everybody.
Yep.
Just saying, I could use that saber of light.
Yeah, you go for it. Go for it. I think the 2 items I'm looking at right now was the teddy bear. Yeah. What was the other one?
It was actually a few feet for one. How much is a few feet? Like 5 feet or just like 2? 5 feet.
Oh yeah, the very official lanyard. Those were the 2 items I was looking at. Was the teddy bear and the very official lanyard. So. Anyone else?
Pretty good.
Yeah, the saber of light is really good.
Yeah, someone definitely should take that.
I'm actually thinking about getting that potion of fire giant strength.
I saw that and I was like, that's not a bad either.
Yeah.
You should take the shake weight too. The shake weight is like really good.
I don't have use of 2 hands.
He's got a big ol'.
But you see, you can you can use it to gain advantage on strength checks, so you don't need to have it out there for both hands. You could use it for something like athletics or something like that.
Pardon me. You're right.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It just makes the most sense on a strength character, and I have
Oh,
like
1d8 lightning and 1d8
Yeah.
fire, 1d4. Sorry, 2d4 extra damage.
Deals an additional 2d4 damage. Yep.
That's
There you go.
you should take it. You should take it, Waffle.
yeah, absolutely.
You're taking the life.
Crazy.
Hey, do be aware that if I ever get a chance, like if we're ever in an initiative order where I go and then you go and then the enemy goes, I'm gonna be thundering smiting. So, have fun.
Oh, you're a paladin. All right. I'll be.
Let's see. I don't know if you could tell what I am based on character art.
I think I'll take my guess when I come back. I'm gonna use the bathroom though. And
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna take the fire giant potion. I think
No, that's saber light. Absolutely.
so. Backpack. Backpack.
I gotta create this.
I almost want to take something else too. Like the robe of high ground would be fucking hilarious.
Dude, that's such a good. I would have taken that great in a heartbeat.
Yeah. See, other than the advantage on the attacks, I already have most of that stuff. Like the other effects because of Sentinel. Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of something else. What am I thinking of?
Master.
Yeah, that one. Jeez, so gassy. Excuse me.
Are you?
It was Taco Thursday. And then I kind of want to get the brush of Happy Little Clouds because my character needs not be
Wait, I
afraid.
missed that. Hang on,
Yeah.
what?
It gives you advantage on fear effects and painter tools checks, and you can cast Skyrite at. Actually, I am gonna take that. Fuck it.
I did see that. I didn't see the name of it though.
Yeah, I'm taking that. Fuck it. Brush of Happy Little Clouds. Saving throws. So we've been killing mimics for the past 2 weeks, huh?
Yeah.
That's fun.
yeah, come back and be talking about mimics and all their behaviors. Be like, mimics, they can hide in different places. They're everywhere. Gotta slay the mimics.
It's so funny that you talk like that. Dude, I didn't realize how big a pool of lay on hands that paladins got.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That's chunky.
Yeah. Okay, there was a reason. Like Grant actively either would heal himself or he would like pump.
Yeah.
You pump it all into himself, or he got
Nah,
you
bro.
up the one time.
Yeah.
You were just like,
I can
Yeah,
literally like
you.
almost full heal or squishy. That's crazy.
yeah. That's what I had to do with my druid because he was fucking dying. I mean, I was like, no.
Yeah, and we died anyway.
It was a different fight.
Yeah, I know. Where? There it is. Gain advantage on painter tools checks.
The googly eyes of sentience.
Yeah. I guess speak with plants, but everything is a plant. Did you ever want to know what your cell phone thought of you?
All right, so I took the brush of happy little clouds, and I also took the potion of fire giant strength. So that is 500 gold.
I'm burping, Dad.
You're burping.
That
What do you
was?
say? Yeah, he's he's like, "Barf."
All right. So after is everybody back?
And I'm back.
Terence?
Currently back.
Awesome. Okay. So after the 2 weeks, you are all called you are called back into the magic crimes, like right in the middle of, or like right at the beginning of the morning. You or Terence and Rachel wake up. You're called in, and you head over. You're brought in, and you are introduced to the 2 members of the BAP that have been helping magic crimes. Sergeant Ramon introduces the 2 groups. So if you 2 would like to describe, like, if your character looks different than they did on TV, feel free to describe.
Are we meeting up in like a casual area?
No, it's in the magic crimes.
Oh,
Yeah, like their main office, Ramon's office that you guys had seen before.
yeah. My character is literally going to be in like full gear, minus a helmet of sorts. So he's got like not quite shoulder length, but like mid neck length, curly black hair, green eyes. Like I said, the 5 o'clock shadow that was there on TV is gone. Very like pointed, well defined jaw, super deep dimples on both sides. And he puts out his hands to whichever one of you, would be approaching first, and he says, nice to meet you, Officer Shields.
I'll take his hand.
And unlike a normal handshake, he goes and grips your wrists and does like a little twisting motion to, check to see if you have any like knives hidden in your sleeves.
Rachel's just gonna stare at him and go, Rachel.
When you say Rachel, he kind of like gives you like an almost imperceivable like glance up and down, and just kind of like nods to himself. It's nice to meet you.
I do not have any knives. I make magical knives appear out of the thin air.
Noted.
Noted.
So tall.
And I'm Lunana. It's quite nice to meet you. Is put out my hand. Much smaller figure, and now like closer up, you can see her eyes are like this light violet color. You're not sure if they're like contacts or natural or what. And then you can see like in her ears, there's almost like just the hintest of like a point, like not like full like half elf or elf. It just there's like the slightest point. You can see she has now like tattoos of like chains, like some solid, some broken, kind of like wrapped around her arm. It's quite nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you guys as well. So you are our backup for this case.
Right. I was told that we are replacing some lost individuals. I, deeply, sincerely am sorry for your loss.
Well, replacing is a bit harsh of a word, Shield. We're here to help, best we can.
Well, we are replacing them.
As I like kind of like hit you in the chest, it just ding. Just
No, he's right. There's no way to go around it. You are replacements to this team.
I mean, there is no use sugarcoating it. I apologize.
You are in essence the fresh meat.
So I wasn't really told much in the reports of what all you can all do. Obviously you said you can create psychic daggers, magic daggers of sorts.
Yes, I am a psionic that can do psionic things like make daggers. I can link up our minds so we can talk to each other. I have elven superiority where I can sleep for 4 hours and then be fine.
That seems really useful. How did you get your psychic? How did you get the science? And she like takes out like a little notebook and just starts like scribbling something down. It's like, how does that even work? It's like you can see
I,
like there's pure curiosity on the face.
Rachel just looks tired because she just like she has an idea. I have a feeling my powers come from the person known as the ability broker that we have a case with now.
Ability broke out. All right. Interesting. So like a patron of yours. That's awesome. And what do you do as I look towards Terrence? Which is almost like a you see like almost like a softness when she looks towards Terrence, almost like she's used to being the shorter one. So it's nice to see someone shorter for once.
Oh man.
How tall is Rachel?
Rachel's, I think. Hold on, let me check. I have that on her.
She's a
Actually,
taller female, right?
yeah, she's 5'7".
Oh, yeah.
Yes, you're taller than she is. So, I would also say like closer up, you can see there is like a pistol holster at her side as well as like a saber of sorts.
Is it a saber of light by any chance?
No, I figured we have we officially bought these yet?
Not yet.
Okay, yeah, so no, it's just
Okay.
normal.
Yeah, literally the only thing is I've got like my riot shield leaning to on one wall, and holstered on like a belt loop is just it looks like almost just like literally like a lightsaber handle, except for it's pitch black.
Oh my god. He also has a saber of light.
And as Terrence says, I am Terrence Holland, and I do the magic here. Pleasure to meet you. You bunch of tall people.
How tall is Terrence again? He's a tall dwarf, isn't he?
How tall is Grant? That's a reference. I don't know if anyone gets.
4'5". I was gonna say 4'7" for some reason, but
So hey, there's only a foot. There's only a foot.
4'7" in heels.
4'7". All right.
All right.
So
So after the introductions kind of come to a slight lull, I rock them heels too. Sergeant Ramon, who is the kind of a gray-skinned drow with like the silver hair and the short buzz cut, kind of like a former military. A little bit of male pattern baldness, bald spot and receding hairline. He walks up to you, Terrence, and he takes a. What did you use as your armor before, Grant? I keep on wanting to call it a ring, but it wasn't a ring.
No, it was like arcane armor. It was split mail, but it was just like themed so that way it wasn't like physically like like I'm not wearing body armor. It was just like we just say it was like a prototype for like arcane armor of sorts that acted as splint.
Yeah, but you had it as like an object. You didn't have it as a ring. You had it as something else, didn't you?
Oh, it was like some sort of disc. Yeah, it was literally a disc that like when it was just activated, it like caused a blue flash for a second over the body. Then
like Halo armor.
it kind of honestly.
Yeah, he takes out the small disc and he hands it to you, Terrence, saying as how you're now carrying the Pulaski.
you've inherited Grant's will.
This is from your friend. We got it repaired a few days after he gave it to us. I figured it would probably be better with if it would go with all of you. I figure since you've got his axe now, it would probably do you better than others, I suppose.
Speaking of Grant's, did you recover any other of his items on scene? Specifically his phone. There were some delicate BAP messages that we can't have falling in anybody's hand now, can we?
The phone, I think, is shot.
Where is it?
That would be. Rachel thinks back to her throwing it.
We recovered it at the scene. It was broken, if I recall. I believe that it went with the rest of his effects to the mortuary.
Do you think you could send for that to come back? I believe it was issued through the BAP. It was not his personal phone.
Yes, I can certainly do that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes?
Rachel will glance back at Terence. Yes, Terence? What do you want, Terence? You want? I don't know what
This
you want.
bitch. So, looking at guys with this, are we getting our current task from you, or are they going to fill us in on everything?
Well, Montoya and Monroe will tell you the specifics, but I did promise these two, as he points to Rachel and Terrence, that we would make some of the items that are go to auction available to them before we actually take them to auction. There's been a bit of a buying spree since you two have been off, but I'm more than happy to show you all what's left if you're interested before you go out on your assignment.
Yes, please.
I do have a quick out of character question for you, Chris. How much of the current case have Waffle and my character been briefed on, or is that something we need to learn in character from these guys?
I'll say anything that literally anything that they have shared with the BAP, like Greyforge or the Magic Crimes Unit, you would have been apprised of.
Perfect. Okay. Thanks.
Oh,
Yep.
I think that's everything, pretty much, mostly everything.
Though the whole you getting your powers from the ability broker, I think was new for them.
Yeah.
But yes. Anyway, he leads you to a back room. Looks like it's a storeroom / evidence locker, and on several of the metal bins are basically tagged and bagged evidence that have a special little tag on it. That is a small green tag that says "To Auction House." As he gestures his hand out and lets you peruse, each one of the tags says literally what I posted there. As well as the price of what the starting price at the auction and what is the actual to purchase price for you guys. So if you want to discuss or whatever, feel free, unless you've already done that.
Yeah,
quite a bit.
of it.
Yeah.
Terrence, I don't know if you had said what you were gonna buy.
He did. He Oh no, that was Rachel.
Yeah. If anyone wants any of the items, you know.
The boots look comfy.
Are they them nice UGG
Boots
boots?
made for walking.
Yeah, I almost took that, and I was like, Christopher Walken is. Yeah.
You shut your mouth.
You say that. It's like you say that as you pick up the boots. Christopher Walken is the most amazing actor, a genius.
Yeah, and then I immediately put them down. Nope. No, thank you.
Yeah. All right. So who was getting what? Rachel, teddy bear, very official lanyard, and googly eye stickers. All right. Lunala. Do you go by Luna?
I can.
Fantastic, because that's what I'm calling you. Because it's gonna be weird to pronounce. And nobody change your name to Vincent because I'm going to mess up everybody's names until I get used to characters.
I had to do it right away because I had to pull up the thing too because I was like, all right, I cannot remember Ryan's name off the top of my head. I think we talked about I was gonna get the Saber of Light.
Ooh, nice. The Saber of Light, the non-copyrighted thing. Vincent, what were you getting? Vincent, what were you getting?
Right. Nope, kiddo may have.
Yep. All right. And Terrence, you're going after the boots. Anything else? And are you actually buying the boots? The boots made for walking, greater healing.
Oh, and I do actually have something for you people given as I'll reach like go through my bag and I hand Rachel 2 potions of healing and a greater, and same to Terrence.
Ah, yes.
Yes, we heard that was a request for these, so we got these for you.
Excellent.
You get a set of those as well?
Sure. What the fuck?
I'm gonna pick up 2 more regular healing potions as well. Never have enough healing after the last thing.
Yeah. And the thing is, the guy who died had like so much healing potential.
He did.
I know.
He did.
Yeah. Just never got a chance to use it.
I got fucking 1 turn.
You were awake and oriented for a couple of turns. That thing, I remember skipping that one's turn like 3 times.
Hey, Chris, just for like before session purchases go, how much is one of the potion belts? Just so I can subtract that from my total.
Oh, those are just free.
Oh, perfect. Never
Yeah,
mind.
that's just from the BAP. Just make things easier on you.
Gotcha.
Ooh, you bought the teddy bear. The teddy bear of mystery.
Yeah, I wanted the teddy bear.
It acts as a totem of undying.
The Phoenix feather.
Hell's Totem of Undying.
From Minecraft.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're in a Minecraft server. Come on, man.
Yes, but I don't have the money for those things, and they're always sold out. All right.
You know what I'm gonna do with it? I got the googly eyes of sentience as well.
Put them on my shield, and I will kill you.
She was just gonna start. I've seen so much. Remove the eyes. Put me out of my misery. So Terrence, you aren't doing anything with that extra 600 gold. No robe of the high ground.
You should get the robe of the high ground.
Yeah. I'm surprised Rachel didn't go for the microphone. Well, yeah, no, I guess that gets rid of the stealth.
Yeah, like I looked at it and read through it, and I was like, oh, it would be nice, but
Yeah, and that shake weight of strength. I kind of thought that our paladin friend would do it, but he has a shield too.
Yes, I thought about it because Rachel pointed out for like strength checky things such as like breaking down doors and such. It'd be useful, but
oh yeah, just to get this out of the way, I'm gonna slap a pair of googly eyes on the teddy bear.
Okay. I see that from happening. I didn't. Yeah.
just to get this out of the way.
Yeah.
Game's over, guys.
You have a back to
Universe
room
B.
battle map.
All right, you slap some googly eyes on the teddy bear. It looks up at you, and then it hops up on. Oh no! Wait, no. Wouldn't walk. The googly eyes kind of dangle at the bottom, and then they stop. And they slowly look up at you.
I'll go. Hi there, bear. I was wondering what you do.
I love you.
You know what?
Ted.
I accept this. I love you too. You're our new Zuko. And I'll pet the bear.
Oh my god.
You pet the bear. Or you pick up the bear.
I'll give the bear a pet and then pick it up.
All right, you pet the bear and you pick it up, and as it's in your arms, it says, "I love you." Again.
I'm gonna call over to the police chief, and you're like, "You sure you don't know what this one does?"
No, we don't. It has some sort of sentience, which makes a lot of identification kind of difficult.
I don't trust it. I'm gonna use divine sense.
All right. What does divine sense do?
It just tells me if there's any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet.
Celestial fiend or undead? There is not.
All right. Yeah. So my eyes flash white real fast, and I just like kind of squint at it a little bit. All right. Noted.
I'll ask the bear once again. So, what do you do, per se? What do you do? Could you tell me so you could help me out?
I keep you safe because I love you.
You know what? Fair enough. And then does this bear like how big is this bear? How big is this bear?
It's a teddy bear. It's about like 1.5 feet tall.
And I find I'll put it in my backpack. I'll have its head sticking out of my backpack.
Okay. As you shove it into your backpack, the googly eyes are just kind of looking around a little bit, but mostly focusing on you.
Yeah.
Since you're the one who's interacting with it the most.
This is my bear now.
And then it looks towards each one of you. Looks at you, Lunella, and it says, "I love you." And then it looks over at Vincent. "I love you." And it looks over at Terrence. "I love you." And then literally every single person that you pass, it's just going to do the exact same thing.
Oh
The only part of its body that's moving is the eyes.
Are you
Little
sure you
googly
want to
eyes.
take that with us? It's odd.
You know, it might come in handy. It says it protects. I have no idea. I like it. It'll do something, hopefully. That or
Say all to do is really like what's all things for. I mean, that's literally our job.
I think I shall call the bear Tibbers.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you take Tibbers out as you all exit with your new purchases.
So
This is the teddy bear with the anatomically correct heart.
that makes it horrifying. I don't know why. The fact that it's like quilt stitched makes it scarier.
Oh yeah. I'm going to update Tibbers on that we're fighting a bad man known as the Ability Broker, and he wants to beat the crap out of me and my team. And see if Tibbers has anything to say about that.
Miss Rachel, we don't know exactly what that thing is. What if it's a communication device for some entity? Maybe we shouldn't be telling it confidential information, yeah?
It'll be fine. Rachel says in a very unsure tone.
I now understand why you lost 2 officers.
Vincent. Again, just slaps you in the chest.
What?
You gotta just shush.
Blunt.
Isn't always best.
No, since it's a sentient item, it's also dispelling a magic item doesn't quite work. He's answering Terrence. It doesn't really work, and since it's a sentient item, it's sort of a moral gray area.
Is it sentient? I thought it was just doing that because of the eyes.
No, the reason why it couldn't be identified is because it has some level of sentience. The more sentient a magic item is, the harder it is for Identify to pin it down. Higher levels can do it, but we went up to 3rd, and it still wasn't giving us anything.
I could just try to destroy it. Yeah?
No.
I mean,
It'll
it's
come.
gonna protect us, so maybe
Yeah.
that's something.
I kind of like squat down a little bit and get in front of the bear. Like, how do you protect?
I use pieces of me to help you.
So
horrifying.
As its eyes slowly go down and look at the anatomically correct heart on its chest.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure it's fine.
I'm watching you, Bear.
It looks back at you. I love you.
Yeah.
All right. As you step out of the back room, Sergeant Ramon takes you to Monroe and Montoya as they are both getting up from their desk, gearing up. Oh, good. Nice to see the two of you again. How are you feeling after your last incident?
Ready to go hunt down a very bad man and crack his skull open.
That's good, maybe? And Terence, how about you?
And have we, us two, met Montoya?
Yes, you've been working with Monroe and Montoya for the last couple of weeks,
Okay.
Gotcha.
dealing with the mimics.
Cool. Just double checking.
So, in a way, you kind of know them better than
Yeah.
Terence and Rachel.
Right.
Yep. Yeah. Well, if anything gets too rough out there, feel free to just take a breather. We can always cover for you. But it's going to be something that we have to get to right now. Apparently, last night, walk and talk, as he starts walking. Last night at the New York Public Library, a large, multicolored ward appeared around the building. We have no idea what's happening inside. There's been no communication in or out. We've cordoned off the area, and they've called us in. As you head down towards the car, Monroe chimes in. Unfortunately, the people there don't have any sort of magical senses, so they've called us in. We'll be the first ones on the scene that can actually make have some arcane idea as to what's going on. Can you hear us, Vincent? Yes, no.
He's like,
Oh, we can hear you. Little. Yep, we can hear you.
All right, cool. All right, we're good.
Okay.
I don't know.
What did you miss?
I heard about the shield. We don't know what's going on inside, and then it kind of cut.
Okay. Yes. Then Monroe basically chimed in and said that there was no one at the scene that could do any sort of magic. So all of you will be the first ones there that can actually have some idea as to what's going on.
I have a curiosity question because it was never mentioned. What happened to our van? We just left it, and it was never mentioned.
It got towed.
Actually, that's interesting. There's nothing outside that says BAP, so yeah, it would have been towed, but I'm sure that Lunella and Vincent would have, and the magic rooms.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask to know what happened to our van. I just remembered we never retrieved it.
Oh yeah, no, it got towed like that same day. The second that the meter ran out, they were like Johnny on the spot. It's very impressive, actually.
You said we recovered it?
Well, it was towed, and then we went through and we worked with your friends here, and we got it back. It's in the parking garage alongside our vehicles.
Okay.
If you'd like to take it, we can, or we can take our vehicle again.
I would like to take your nice vehicle because it's got like the heated seats and stuff.
The heated seats are nice. And anyway, you all hop into the van, and as you start heading towards the New York Public Library, where would that be?
In New York.
No, on the map. It's like right there. Yeah, like right there. Anyway, as you start heading towards the New York Public Library, you come across a scene of multiple police cars, not multiple police cars, just two police cars, sort of cornering a large man that looks kind of like Hagrid, human, very curly hair, very, very messed up, obviously homeless. holding the remnants of a streetlight in his arms. And I don't know whether or not you've ever seen a streetlight, but they are massive. And he's kind of like trying to drag it as he's trying to get away from them.
Is it the same guy from the train?
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask.
Make me a.
I wasn't
perception
there,
check.
so
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say Rachel and Terrence can make a perception check.
Oh hell yeah! I have expertise. Come on, go.
15's not bad.
it's above average.
Yeah, 15 will do it. Since you have seen him before, Rachel, you recognize this man as the man from the subway. He's got no burns on him from the acid whatsoever. He apparently got away before that started happening, as he's like trying to drag this stoplight away, as the police are kind of like they have their hands on their tasers, and they're kind of like trying to calm him down as he looks like a caged animal, like looking left and right. Most of the people on the sidewalk are giving them like a wide berth, since it's police and very obviously crazy homeless guy.
I'm gonna say, hold on, let me out here. That guy was in the mimic incident.
All right, are you sure?
Yep, I need to ask him questions because he was in the mimic incident, and he's not one of the people we saved.
Okay, just make it quickly, because there's a literal magic barrier around the most well-known library in the world. So quickly, we don't know what people are like inside, whether they're alive or dead. Hurry! As he stops and opens the door.
Yep, Rachel will hop out and then hold up her badge to the police officers and be like, Bureau of Paranormal Investigation, I got this guy. Let me talk to him.
They kind of look at you, look at your badge, and then they kind of nod and take a step back. They've still got their hands on their tasers. As you look up to this man, his eyes are wide. He's kind of looking at you, and he's kind of looking for a place to run. Go away! I'm trying to help you. Just let me go. I will destroy this, dispose of this. Everybody will be safe. Aliens no longer able to read your minds. World is safe. You can thank Ivan later. Okay?
I know, but I have some. Oh, you go ahead.
I was just gonna use divine sense, see if I could see anything about the pole.
It is not a celestial fiend or undead.
All right.
Neither is he.
Yep.
All right.
No, I'm gonna just go. I know. You're right. Remember the subway? I was on there. You were right about the subway.
The subway was aliens.
Yes. I just want to ask, do you know anything about what's going on with the building over there?
What building?
I'll point to the library with all its magical barrier shit going on over there.
You aren't really close enough to see it, but you can point in the general direction if you'd like.
Yeah, I'll point in the general direction.
He kind of looks at you and kind of looks in the direction that you're pointing, and he kind of thinks that you're pointing towards like a regular building. He's like, no, what?
The library. The library.
I don't know anything about the library.
Okay. Then I have one other question. How did you make it off the train?
I walked. His train. You get on and off with walking. Are you okay?
Crazy person asks if you're okay. Jesus.
And there were other officers trying to like get to him, right?
Yeah, there are two other ones there.
I turned to look at them like, are you planning on making an arrest?
Well, destruction of public property is a crime. We're kind of used to dealing with Ivan here. He's been in and out a few times. Tried to get him some help, but it never sticks. He always ends up back out on the street.
Well, sounds like he was in the trains with the incident a couple weeks ago, so that might be enough to detain him again. And I kind of like bring my riot shield up and unholster my my beaten stick off my my belt, press a button, and it like telescopically extends into this massive bar of fuck you. And like, Ivan, are you gonna put the pole down, or are we gonna have words?
Make me an intimidation check.
All right.
Oh, while he's doing this, I'm gonna get behind the giant with the pole because that seems like it's
13.
Okay, and you still have that on to GM. You can put that back.
My bad.
The tones are always so violent. All right.
Probably change my in.
I think
All right.
if my theory is correct, I think he just got lucky and walked on to another train car or something. He got lucky and got out before.
All right. He looks at you. He looks at the rod that you have,
Mm-hmm.
and he very slowly puts down the
Good.
very large stoplight. Then he reaches into his pocket and he takes out an ice pick and he just like starts stabbing into this thing. You'll thank me later.
Yeah, I will. I'll walk up and I'll start beating the pole with my beaten stick. Like I got you, Ivan. Just when we're done, like have words with the nice men over there. All right.
It's not the pole; it's the actual physical stoplight itself. Like he climbed up, unhooked, like dropped it down, and then he's like trying to drag it away. Yeah, this thing is, like I said, I don't know whether or not you've seen a stoplight like actually up close. They're huge.
I thought you were talking about like a light like a light post.
Oh no, like a
You said
hanging
stoplight,
street
and
light. Yeah.
my brain went to light post, like a light pole.
Oh.
I was like, holy shit, he's holding one of those.
Yeah, no, that's why I say like, and he's not like carrying it above his head, like he's dragging it because they are fucking huge.
Yep.
So then he kind of like let it lay down on the ground, and he just starts like stabbing it, and then you said you run up and you start beating it too.
Yeah, I'm not gonna like attempt to do any damage to it, but just to like so he knows I'm like friendly. Like, all right, couple swings. Go talk to the nice men over there. All right, we got it. It's done. It's dead. Look, I kind of like kick it with my boot, like it's not moving. We got it. Good job, Ivan.
Make me a deception check or performance check. I'll leave that up to you when you're like beating it. Just see whether or not he can see whether or not you're sincere.
Okay.
I'll say like DC 14.
Both of those are the so. Why does it still rolling that way? I unselected it, but 22.
Right, yeah. As you start hitting it, he goes, yes, hit it harder. You're strong, like bear. And as he hits it one time, he actually pops off one of the middle sections, and then he like digs in oddly specifically on this part, and then he kind of wiggles the ice pick around a little. There. He stands up and he like puts a hand on your shoulder, and he's almost as tall as you. He's only like an inch or two shorter than you because you're
Okay.
what, 6'3"?
6'3", 6'4".
Oh,
something.
yeah, no, he would actually be right at your height then. He puts a hand on your shoulder, and you can just like feel the strength in this guy's mitts. Thank you. What is your name?
Vincent.
Nice to meet you, Vincent. If you see anybody named Rachel around, do not trust.
Yes.
Aliens. Use her to take over the world.
You know what? How strong does this man actually look? Does he look like he'd be helpful in a fight?
Make me an insight check, I guess.
Sure.
No, I'll say perception.
Size up here.
Ooh, natural.
It doesn't matter. It's hard to tell. He's wearing multiple layers. You know, being a homeless guy is just wearing multiple layers, multiple tattered layers. It's hard to tell.
You think
you know what, Ivan? And I kind of get close and like lower my voice a little bit. We might be fighting aliens later on today. If you want to join us.
Fuck.
Make me a deception check.
You know,
For that one.
21.
Vincent gets on me for the teddy bear, and then suddenly he's recruiting homeless people.
Yeah, then make a homeless army, just bomb rush the ability broker's base. Send wave after wave of our old
This
men.
guy looks like he could be useful. Hey.
Yeah, homelessness ended in one night as they're all slaughtered.
Yeah. Fight the ability broker by sending wave after wave of our own men.
The ones that survive have a job. You know.
If you all charge at once, you can't stop all of you.
Anyway, he believes you because that's insanely high. Oh no, wait, shit! I need to roll an insight check. Right?
Yeah.
I keep on. Oh my god, that's a natural one.
Yeah.
He believes you wholeheartedly. He looks at you like right into your eyes with his hand still on your shoulder, and you see like a little tear well up. Thank you. Very few people take the threat seriously, but you, as he like points and kind of pokes your chest, me and you, we can fight this. And I think for the first time, I think that we can win. Thank you, Vincent, as he puts his hand out to shake yours.
Yeah, and I shake him and do the same thing, like grab his wrist instead of his hand, a little twisting motion, make sure he's not, carrying a hidden knife or anything.
Rachel's gonna lean over to Lula.
Lunala.
Lunala.
The Pokemon,
and just, yeah, Lunala the Pokemon, and be like, your partner seems a little weird.
To be fair, I've only known him for about 2 weeks. He's very good in a fight. I will tell you that. He has a very blunt and very interesting personality.
I'm starting to worry that Greyforge sended the bottom of the barrel with him.
Hi.
As you speak to the other person.
Yeah, he
that
like
said-
looks like offended as he just said that. I'm like, hey.
Listen, I'm not saying you. I'm just saying him.
And as he shakes your hand, he'll give you the location of a homeless shelter in Hell's Kitchen called the Dwelling Place.
Oh my god.
And say, come find me later when you want to talk.
Yeah. You got it, Ivan. Stay safe.
Das vidania. As he turns around and starts walking, and the two cops that are like there to arrest him, they look at like the destruction of property. We need to.
I'll pay for it. It's fine.
That's not the issue. Destruction of public property is a crime.
Right. That's what we were doing here. Ivan! I like call after him as he's walking away.
As he's walking away, he kind of turns around.
Come here, buddy. Come here. Remember, I said you had to go talk to my friends over here for a little bit.
Huh?
Yeah. So, can you go ahead and do that?
Da.
Thank you.
Da is Russian for yes, right? I'm not an idiot.
I don't know.
Okay.
Sure.
I'm just making sure. I don't know. I don't know Russian. I just know goodbye, and that's it.
Arrivederci.
I only know Babushka.
All right.
Vodka.
He goes up to them, and they kind of grab him by the shoulders, and they kind of gently coax him towards the police car, and then get him in the back.
I'll see
He
you
doesn't
later,
have any.
Ivan.
All right. I see you later. And then he kind of gives you like a knowing wink.
I give him like a very exaggerated wink back.
All right. And they drive off with him, and he doesn't like have any handcuffs on or anything in the backseat of the car. And Montoya is kind of like hanging out of the side of the car, and you actually see Monroe standing up and kind of looking over the hood. So, are we going to go deal with the library where people might be dead or dying or...
Right. Yeah. Sorry.
Are you... And then Montoya chips in, are you sure? I think I saw a jaywalker back there. Do you want to maybe pick him up or...
Rachel will sigh and go, I'm sorry, he just was on the mimic train. I thought he might have been dealing with that or knowing something. It's very suspicious that he left right before everything happened. Like, he bolted and got off that train right as the incident started.
All right, I get it. All right, hop in. Guys, turn on the sirens to make up the lost time. As you all hop in, they turn on the sirens and they start going as fast as New York City can really allow you to go.
How long did he say that the ward thing was up?
Since sometime last night, they don't have the exact time frame.
Gotcha.
Yeah. All right.
I'm gonna sit next to Terrence in the car
All right.
and tower over him. Look down at him like, looks like you're up, Magic Man.
I did just realize something. We went over what they can do. We never really told them what we can do, Vincent.
Yeah, that's fair.
Uh,
Paul
I just
boy.
assumed Vincent was a strong man that used clubs for violence, and that
That's
you.
exactly what I specialize in. How keen of you to notice.
Don't patronize me, tall boy.
Yeah.
um,
Then I assume you're some sort of magic caster.
very limited in that regard. I'm a summoner of sorts, but it's very limited. I'm also very handy with a gun.
Yeah, she'll shoot your eye out at 50 paces. I've seen it. Great.
And I mean,
Oh.
I also did learn how to use this as I can like point to normal rapier. So I usually don't prefer as much in close, but I certainly can, hold my own. That's where my summon sort of comes in handy.
Outside the game, you're a ranger, aren't you?
I don't know.
Find out.
Fair enough.
Like as we're in the car, like going down, like we got the report from HQ, but I'd like to hear what happened with the mimics straight from your guys' mouth, if you don't mind.
I'll look at Terence and see if he wants to. I'll go. Terence, do you want to talk, or should I?
People died. It sucked. And the Terrences.
Yeah, right. And you can confirm that your two other teammates died specifically to mimics, correct?
What are you implying, that we shot him in the back?
Hey,
They died to mimics! God damn it. They got eaten in front of my eyes, big man!
do I believe her?
Roll me an insight check. And as for Rachel, I know that deception is one. What's the other one if you're actually telling the truth?
I think it's persuasion.
Yeah, probably just persuasion.
Persuasion,
Yeah.
or you could do a straight charisma, but I think
Yeah,
Insight.
I'll do
21.
persuasion.
21.
Alright.
But then it's like, who wins?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I think what I usually do is if the person rolls a really low
So,
insight.
I mean, it would be like a win to win on both sides. So if like I roll higher than her persuasion, I know that she like I kind of like get the feeling she's telling the truth. But if she rolls higher than me, her persuasiveness is what wins me over, type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so either way, you kind of believe them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I do
Well, it's also
usually-
like if she rolled really bad in persuasion,
yeah.
then Vincent could maybe like is able to just can make whatever decision he wants. Like he starts maybe even overthinking it too. Just like there's a point
Yeah.
of like
And Terrence, was it? You can you confirm this, right?
Yeah, I think the only time that I have people fail is if both people roll below 10s.
Yeah.
You get like really
see.
low
Well,
rolls.
And you feel pretty confident that Rachel is telling the truth.
right.
Her anger should confirm it because she's very angry at this blunt man.
It's all right. You know, if we're gonna be working together, if you left anything out of the report, feel free to say anything. I like
No,
to
there's-
say I keep all of my promises, and I promise not to report it back to you.
There's not much else that wasn't in the report because it was a standard operation. You know, we investigated the train. We didn't know what was going on. Slime started pouring out of the train.
Mhm,
We just Grant decided to break a window. I decided to stab the slime, and it wasn't a slime. And Severance transformed into a shark and then tried to, break the window. And we
Okay.
broke the window, got out of it. It turned out to be a mimic train, and there were 3 of them. We engaged the trains. Being trains did a lot of damage, and Grant got one-shotted by one of the trains. And then after that, we had took down 2 of the trains. One was fleeing. Severance went after it, and Severance got one-shotted by one of the trains and eaten. Then I went after the train and finished it off, only to find Severance dead. And then a mystical trickster god popped up known as Coyote and he took severance.
Man, I
Instead-
really should have read that report instead of skimming it. It sounds great. I mean, terrible that you had a
Again,
couple of-
once again, Luna just smacks his chest. He's like, "Come on."
I'm gonna direct a look at Lunara like, this is your partner.
I'm just saying it sounded like a good story, all right? And again, I am sorry for your loss, but they went out in the line of combat as any good officer should.
I'm sorry about him. He sort of very blunt and kind of like gives like dagger stares towards Vincent.
New York Public Library.
You know,
As
you're
he-
asking
he
a lot.
mentally has already changed. Like,
Yep.
You're asking a lot of questions about us. I have questions for you, Vin. What is
Whoa, 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 whoa. First off, it's Vincent. Never shorten it. Vincent
Okay,
or Shields. Take your pick.
Okay, Vincent. Do tell me, what is your backstory? Like, where do you come from? What case experience have you had before this?
oh, my parents are dead. I grew up in an orphanage.
My arm is fake. Actually, I am an old SWAT team member. Went against some orders working with BAP, and instead of getting fired, the BAP had me reassigned to them. This was a few years ago. Been doing odds and ends jobs for the BAP ever since.
Oh, God. And you'll follow orders this time, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna insight that, yeah.
All right. Roll insight and your respective check.
20.
All right. I don't know which one you're. It's kind of hard. Well, if you're rolling deception, well, tell me which one you're rolling, just like to DM.
It's a little bit of both. He follows his own set of rules nowadays.
Rachel will nod and be like, all right,
Yeah.
all right, good. And she looks a little relaxed, believing him fully.
And don't worry, I can honestly say, as long as you're on my team, I'll do my utmost to keep you safe. All right?
Just try not to die, please.
Hmm.
I heard those words from Grant, and then
Look, if it's between me dying and you dying, it's gonna be me first.
of course I see you're an ass. No, I'm joking.
It will be you. Stab.
Yeah.
It will be.
But yeah. Then I'll look at.
I do want to reiterate that I don't trust that bear. All right?
Listen. Just if the bear goes problems, I'll allow you to destroy it for sign.
I was
But-
a fucking bear. I'm like, do we have a fucking bear? I was right, it's a teddy bear. And I'm like, I was thinking like, I had flashbacks to Dungeon of the Mad
Like a
Mage.
bear kid? Yeah.
No, I was thinking of Dungeon of the Mad Mage where I was a fucking Beastmaster Ranger. I'm like, fuck your
yeah,
bear. And I was thinking like, do we have a fucking bear?
Yeah.
I was like, so like, I was like, what fucking bear? Did I blank out at one point? Teddy bear. Got it.
Gibber's in the back going, I love you.
As it says, "I love you," Montoya says, "What the fuck was that?"
Yeah, exactly. And I kind of like give daggers to Rachel.
He kind of like rearranges the mirror to kind of try to look behind him. As Monroe kind of looks back.
Are you holding the bear the whole time?
It's in actually, yeah, I'm holding the bear right now. I'll move it out of my backpack, that way I'm not pressing up against the bear.
Oh, okay. When you pull it out of your bag, Monroe and Montoya kind of give a side look to each other. You bought that?
She spent 200 gold on that thing.
And then she put the
What?
googly eyes on it.
Oh, okay. Did they tell you where they found it, or?
No, and I now that you say it like that, I don't think I want to know.
I do.
I think you should
as I like,
know.
no, as I like actively take out like a book and go, I do. Where was it?
Monroe and Montoya kind of look at each other and again have like that silent conversation of partners for years. Yeah, no, oh, come on, it's fine. She was the one who bought it, so it's her decision. Just good luck. Good luck.
But later. As I
No.
like, later.
Hey. We're all traveling together. We have a right to know this.
I'll sigh and go, alright, they want to know. Tell me what weird place you found it that's gonna make me question my sanity.
Oh, well, we found it at the site of an ambulance accident. Not the one that you were in, Terence. A completely different one. Wow, there's actually a lot. That's probably a problem we should look into. Anyway, we found it at the location of an ambulance accident. There was a kid. He had some sort of an anaphylactic reaction, and he had the bear with him. Unfortunately, he died en route along with along with one of the EMTs after they got into the collision. They were T-boned after trying to get through an intersection. But yeah, we found the bear in his arms and a note from his grandmother. I hope this bear helps you feel better. Just, there was a lot of blood, and the bear was kind of covered in it. They actually got it out very well. I mean, you can't even see the blood on it anymore.
Like, I know it might be confidential and whatnot, but do you happen to remember that kid's name?
Not off the top of my head. I don't think it's confidential, but I could look it up. Why?
I'm gonna ask the bear its name.
Just weird shit.
You ask the bear its name?
Yeah.
Just looks up at you and says, I love you.
Luna the entire time he's like scribbling all of this down.
Luna, what's your experience? Where do you come from?
Well, when
It
it
sounds like
comes,
you're from Australia, by the way.
no, I'm actually from Birmingham, over in the UK. I grew up there, and then I moved over here, a little over a year ago, and then kind of joined the BAP. I've sort of been unfortunately stuck behind the desk for most of it. I just sort of started getting out recently. This may or may not be one of my first expeditions, but it's all right. I know how to at least handle myself. I was at least trained properly how to use guns and such, so.
Rachel will give a nod at that and then say, yeah, I was behind a desk before this operation. I've been in the field before, but a field incident went really bad and I got stuck behind the desk for it. This has been my first operation out and
It's awful. It's so awful. Like, I understand I have a degree in finance, but however, it doesn't mean I want to always do that. I just sort of had to get it. So
yeah.
You're out in the field now. That's all that matters.
Exactly. Yeah, I just wanted to join the BAP because I've always been interested in the paranormal and the weird, creepy and such. And honestly, over in the UK, there really isn't that interesting of ones. Over here, there's so many different things and occurrences and
like my bear Tibber.
Exactly. As you could see, like as she's like leaning forward talking about this, like notebook just has like so many like sketches and like writings and stuff like that, like possibilities and.
Would you like to touch Tibbers?
No.
I touch Tibbers.
I'll touch Tibbers with my
I touch Tibbers. I like grab its hand and like shake it like its little like bare hand and go, "It's nice to meet you."
You shake it and you shake the hand as its eyes turn to you. Again, it's not physically moving; it's just the eyes. It says, "I love you," as you're kind of shaking it, and it kind of has that little wobble in its voice from it.
It's not bad. And said he was gonna protect her, so. But yeah, that's really my experience. I really don't a lot on the field. Honestly, these last 2 weeks have been very, very eventful for me.
We there yet?
You are. Sorry, I'm messing with the music cue. Give me a second.
Yeah, you're good. Good.
I'm gonna watch as this bear does nothing. It only says it protects us. It's just a sentient bear.
I'm telling you, it's a totem of undying.
It
Unfit.
rips its fake heart out, walks over to you, and stuffs it into your chest.
And then you come back to life. Hey, it could be the resurrection item that was available.
All right. As you step out of the police car, you notice that there is a large crowd of, well, not a large crowd given the early hour, but there's a pretty decent sized crowd of people outside of the New York Public Library. And for the first time, you get a good look at this barrier. It is a large red, sort of cross between a sphere and a cone, kind of like the top of an egg. Right now it's red and mostly transparent. There also seems to be some large arcane symbols floating around the barrier itself at a constant pace. As you look around, there are civilians with their phones out taking pictures, taking videos. There are news vans reporting on the scene. And they are all standing outside of a police barricade that is set up around the building. The barrier starts at the very front of the building, behind the lions at the middle towards the top of the staircase. So it's mostly just the building that is enclosed. Yeah, I actually hate this music. I'm going back to the other ones.
Jazz. The elevator jazz.
Yeah, I've never been a huge fan of jazz, but it's like it fit New York too well.
Do you like
you're
jazz?
right. You're right.
Manioya, has anyone tried to enter the
Manioya.
barrier? Yeah,
Manioya, yeah.
I think I messed up his name.
Montoya.
Montoya.
Montoya Mario.
Montoya, has anyone tried to enter the barrier yet?
No, they were waiting for us for that one. You know, when it comes to magic shit, you don't touch things.
Have
Yep.
you thrown anything at it? Stones like sticks.
They better not have.
Man.
Well,
Right,
that was
Terrence,
my first idea.
I will say for this one, I would prefer if we don't split up this time.
Fair. It's easier to keep you all behind me if we're together.
Yes.
Well, the only way we can test this is if we actually do it. Is I pick up like a little pebble. I'll just like lightly toss it at the barrier.
And as you pick up the pebble and you toss it at the barrier, the red barrier flares up to life, and you hear psst as the rock just disintegrates as it hits it. And on the other side of the barrier, you just see like a little bit of ash fall down where the rock hit it.
Ah, but it does go through.
All right, Magic Man. Terrence, you're up.
All right. Let's see here.
I'm going to use Divine Sense when we're up against the barrier as well. Just look around real quick.
All right. Okay. You use Divine Sense. Undead, Fiend, or
Celestial.
Celestial.
Not behind total cover.
Not behind total cover. You do not sense anything there.
Or if the place is under the Hollow spell. Super specific, but we never know.
It is not. Anyway, I finally found my notes. The exterior of the building is 4 floors. And you notice that actually, let me make someone wants to make a perception check for the general area. Just to find out all that you can. Rachel, I think you have the highest Rachel, I think you have the highest perception now.
Oh yeah, with my expertise in it. Go.
I don't have great perception. It's okay.
Me neither.
Uh.
My
20, nice.
brain
All right, Rachel, you notice that all of the windows are blacked out.
Ben.
Not so much that the lights are off on the inside, but like someone actually went through and like painted or put stuff up against every single one of the windows that you can see from the exterior.
Someone has blacked out the windows. They obviously don't want us to see what's going on inside.
All right, and all of you are heading up closer to the barrier, or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
I get relatively close to throw the.
Okay.
Escorting Mr. Terence up here to take a look at it.
All right, Terence, if you would like to investigate, you can make an Arcana check. And who's that? Rachel, as you're looking around, just inside the barrier, since you can see through it a little bit, on the outside of the barrier, you see a small golden ring, kind of plain, almost like a wedding band. And just inside of the barrier, you see a charred corpse. It's fairly small, about the size of like a 10 to 12-year-old child, or like an adult, like maybe a dwarf or a halfling kind of a size.
Mhm.
Its arm is like its entire body is charred. Like if you touched it, it would probably start to fall apart. And it looks like its right arm is pointed out of the barrier, like it was trying to reach through the barrier.
I'm going to point
In the direction of the ring.
I'm going to point that out and be like, it looks like the body over there looks like it was reaching for that ring. It does look like anything inside the barrier cannot get out of the barrier or else be disintegrated. Is the ring on the other side of the barrier, I assume?
The ring is on your side of the barrier.
I'm going to pick up
You're going to pick up the ring?
Yeah.
All right. Give me a second.
No.
Terrence, you rolled a 15.
There's Arcana, yeah.
All right. 15. As you look at this barrier and you look at the sigils that are circling, you notice that there's a sort of a pattern to the way that they're moving. And it takes you a minute because the symbols that are used aren't like the standardized arcane symbols. It's like if someone took the word one and instead of writing the letter one, and instead of just writing the letter, it used like the tilde sign. And instead of writing the number 2, it used like an ampersand. It seems like completely pointless, but once you make that sort of mental transition between the two, okay, you are able to determine that this is a combination between abjuration and evocation magic. It is some sort of a large barrier meant to keep things out and in. It's probably fueled from the inside in some way, probably from multiple places. A dispel magic could poke a hole in it, but the hole would probably close after a few seconds. The only way to take it out would be from the inside, or with just an insane amount of magic from the outside, and like a little bit of time, like a few days maybe.
Do you all have any way of teleportation to possibly get through that way? I'll take the silence as a no. I have one way I could possibly try. I don't know if it's going to work, but I could possibly get on the other side. If we want to try that.
The question is... Oh.
Yes?
Hold on. The question is, can you bring more than one person in?
I cannot. It's only for me.
That, Can you get back out?
My
I
mic
can
was
just
off,
teleport
but
again.
I absolutely have a way to get in as well, but as it is also just for me.
Oh, you can dispel the magic. That's very useful.
Huh.
Monroe is also going to chime in. I can I can do that as well. It's kind of a standard spell for all of the people in Magic Crimes to be sure that we can do it.
And
alright.
have you looked around the perimeter to see if there's any openings at all, or is this pretty solid all the way around?
We haven't taken a look yet, but we spoke to the officers, and according to them, it seems to be pretty much solid the entire way through. There's actually a basement that leads to a secondary storage facility underneath Bryant Park. They actually tried going down there just to see whether or not there was any way through, and this barrier seems to cut through that as well. So there's no hopes of digging through or taking that in.
All right.
All right. Sorry, what was the 6 for? Was typing.
Vince is not an intelligent individual, so I had an idea out of character, but I was rolling to see if Vincent would have that idea. He didn't.
Okay.
Yeah, other than, I mean, we can either use a dispel, because I don't think all of us have a way of teleporting. At least me and
Yes.
Vincent do. I don't know about Terence, but I think a dispel would probably be the best.
Yeah, I
Just
think
know
that
what we can do.
is. I think you're right on that. You should save your teleport just in case for other stuff.
All right. So, if one of the two of you, I don't know who's better or what's at it, but you want to poke a hole through it. I'm looking towards Toya and Terrence.
I mean, what if they combine efforts? I don't exactly know how your math works. Two's better than one, right?
Is that how it works? I'm not really sure.
No.
Terrence ferociously types, going, "These fools don't understand magic."
Fools should have attended my class. Fool.
You get schooling overseas, maybe. Just create a jump to the whole thing. All right.
Monroe is going to offer. Are you sure you don't? Are you sure you don't want me to do it, and then all of you can jump through? I can stay out here in case you need me to make another hole.
That's
That's
actually not a bad idea.
probably for the best, just in case.
And Montoya kind of looks at her and kind of looks at all of you. Are you sure? I think we should go with this time. I mean, last time we didn't go with. Bad things happened. I mean, I'm not saying that you guys are incompetent. I'm not saying that you guys don't know what you're doing. I would just feel bad if something did happen.
Tell you what, either you're gonna open a hole in the barrier for all of us to get through.
I mean, I should be able to. I'm not as well versed in the theory of magic. Mine is more innate. I'm sorry, that's Montoya. Sorry, Monroe. My magic is more innate, but I should be able to. We don't lose anything by trying, correct? As she kind of looks at Terrence for confirmation.
As long as the hole doesn't close in on us as we're going through, I think we should be fine.
All right. So I guess we'll stay out here. Give us a call when you get through, just so we know whether or not cell phone signals work. Sometimes magic can make things a little wonky.
Great.
All right. Stay safe then. As she puts her hands together and she kind of rubs them together and separates them, and inside of her palms you see a small glowing blue orb that she kind of physically picks up and then kind of like flings at the wall, and the orb melds with the wall and creates this large, about 15-foot opening in the exterior.
Terrence, Rachel, you guys first.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna look at the big man and go, Wouldn't it be better
Terrence
if you
ran through.
go in?
I jump through.
Terrence runs through.
I didn't say like
I pick her up and run through.
Alright! I was about to say, would it be better if you went first,
I-
Vincent?
We could teleport in if it closes. It's fine. We're in now. It's
Yeah.
fine.
As
I just
Monroe is
saw-
behind you, think, go, 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 go.
Yeah.
So everybody jumps through.
yeah.
Vincent carrying Rachel. The meat stick will catch up. Oh,
The fucking
Vincent.
Paladin voice. Yeah.
All right. As the hole opens and after you jump through, you start to. Rachel, you have a passive perception of what, 17? Yeah, 17. You smell quite a bit of seawater, interestingly enough. And as you look behind you, the hole slowly closes. And after about 6 seconds, it seals completely.
It smells like seawater.
Mixed with the burning smell of the corpse.
Yeah.
And you watch as
Ew.
the shield, like the barrier, slowly shifts from like the red. During this entire conversation, it's been slowly shifting from red to like a blue. Instead of like the faint heat that it was giving off before, now it's giving off like this slight bit of like a chill.
I'll reach out to my Bluetooth and say, "Call Montoya." See if a call goes through.
Oh, you were saying call Montoya.
Yeah.
God, you use those things, you suck.
What?
As your phone calls Montoya.
What, Bluetooth? Yeah.
Yeah, as you see Montoya reach into his pocket and his phone is ringing and he answers. Hey, so looks like it works.
Good. That's definitely a relief. Just keep in touch then. If you see anything happen from your side, just call us.
Will do. Be sure to keep us apprised, so if anything happens, we can send in the cavalry. We're waiting for a few more of the magic crimes people to show up. We should have a decent force in a little while.
Appreciate it. As I give him like a little like 2-finger salute.
He kind of looks at you awkwardly and kind of does it back with like a slight grin and a chuckle.
As I'll just like turn around, hang up, and go towards the others. All right. Service works. Guess let's head in. Do we want to see if there's anything on the roof, or do we want to just head in the front doors? I don't know if what the lay of this building is like, if there's a window up top or not. What do you think?
Terrence, could you detect magic on the front doors? Just to make sure they're not, like, magical or anything. That sounds dumb, I know, but it would be a shame if we opened up the front doors and they have, like, a magic booby trap on it.
All right. Are you casting or are you ritual casting?
Well, the tech magic is probably still up. It lasts for.
Did he do it before? That was just an Arcana check, I thought.
Oh, I guess.
All right.
We have to stay here for 11 minutes. No, 10
Yes.
minutes before you do that.
Yeah, so for 10 minutes and 6 seconds,
I just after like
I pace.
30 seconds ago. I can check out the roof while you're doing that. Yeah.
I'm gonna look at Luna and go, "Are you sure? Because it's better to be safe than sorry. If you go up there alone and you run into trouble, can you escape?"
I certainly. I mean, on the best of my ability. I'll stay within eye view for now. Then, be safe.
All right.
As I'm gonna walk up to one of the columns and then just kind of put my like foot up against the column, kind of like stress test it for a sec, see it's stable, and I just start walking up the wall.
all right.
And,
Rachel is gonna keep eyes on her because last time
as I'm just completely horizontal, walking up with these like heeled boots that now you can see like with the arcane energy just like glimmering off the light. You see like almost like the silver, like almost like spiderweb design, just like faintly overlay on top of the boots.
And as you see her walk up, admiring the core strength that it must take in order to stay completely horizontal while walking up, she makes her way up to the top of the building of the Stephen A. Schwartzman building of the New York Public Library. Are you stealthing at all, or what are you doing?
I can certainly try.
All right. Give me a stealth check.
Oh god. Just like 2 more levels and I would have been able to
23.
join you. Oh yeah, that's great.
I'm not proficient. I just
Hey, that's still a really, really good
Yeah,
stealth check.
yeah.
I think you have more dex than I do.
I just don't have a lot of other stats. I rolled very peaky.
Okay.
Hey, 23 is a nice number.
Oh yeah, it's a really good stealth check. As I'm gonna just have my gun at the ready, my pistol, just in case.
All right. As you get up to the very top of the building, you kind of slow down and begin more of like a crawl when you get to the top, so you can just barely peek your head over the top. On the top, you actually see a pretty beautiful rooftop terrace. Looks like it's been redone sometime in the last few years. There's a glass wall separating you from like the actual interior of the rooftop. And in the very center of the rooftop, there appears to be some sort of like an event venue with multiple chairs, like a podium on it, all within like a small glass room, like maybe 30 feet by 20 feet in the very center of the roof. Make me a perception check as you look around.
Okay. How am I think close to? Deception is not the greatest. 10.
You look around and you don't really see anything. Everything around you has like a very, very slight blue tint to it from the shield around you. That it is now turned like a deeper blue color. But you don't see anything moving.
All right. Just anything moving. I don't see anybody else up here. So I'm just gonna like kind of go over to the edge down where Rachel and stuff are, and I just kind of give them a thumbs up. From up
Right.
top.
You see Rachel's just staring intensely, following you with her eyes.
I don't want to split up too much, so just kind of got a view that nothing crazy was happening up there, so I'm just gonna come on down. Just walking completely horizontally down the column.
All right, as you walk back down the column, the opposite way of
Is that what it
you.
looks like up there?
Yeah, it's fucking gorgeous.
It's so fucking pretty. Holy
I
shit.
know. Hey, New York Public Library is like one of the best libraries in the world.
Oh. Yeah, it's nice. Okay.
All right. As you walk back,
because all those tables only have one chair.
yeah. But yeah, it was like over a $200 million makeover for the rooftop,
Jesus.
just like a couple of years ago. Anyway, so as you walk back down, I'll say, Terrence, this is about the time that you would. Well, actually, Vincent, Rachel, are either of you doing anything during this 11 minutes?
Yeah. Before we go into any dangerous situations here, does anybody need to not, get hurt as much as they usually do?
I'm not sure exactly follow what you mean by that.
That I can make it so you don't get as hurt as much as you normally would. That's all.
Looks at Terrence.
I guess I don't know exactly what this entails, so getting hurt is always bad though. Oh, my spoon.
Right.
The group beat stick Rachel.
You do
Rachel
drop
is our
more
front
than anyone.
Rachel is our front line.
Rachel looks offended and goes, I don't take that much damage! Hold on. Whoop.
Which of you
I don't
is...
take
Look,
that much
Tell
damage!
you what. If I were to punch the two of you, who would I hit easier?
I'll point at Terrence, because that's actually the truth. I think I have higher AC than Terrence.
Cool.
Terrence has low AC. I was dealing with that last session.
I take out a platinum ring. I give it to Terrence and tell him to put it on. And I cast Warden Buff.
Ooh, nice. Wait, paladins get that spell?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I thought that was just like a cleric thing. Awesome.
No.
All right, Terrence, as you put on the ring and he casts Warding Bond, you feel an odd connection with Vincent now. Like you can feel the heart beating in his chest. You can feel sort of a general sense of camaraderie, and almost like you can feel the clothes that he's wearing. It's a very odd sensation, almost like you're feeling two things at once.
How's it feel to be tall? Sorry.
You feel a sense of towering over the ants of this world. All right. As Terrence, sorry, Rachel, what are you doing anything during this 11 minutes?
Let me see if there's... I'll put on a disguise. I'll use disguise self and disguise myself as Vincent. Oh. Yeah.
You look like a shorter Vincent. There's Vincent and his younger brother, his younger twin brother.
Much smaller.
Yeah. As all of you reconvene at the next to the charred corpse, Terrence, your detect magic goes off. You can sense the abjuration and evocation magic from the barrier. You don't sense any actual magic from the door itself. The door is closed, but there's no other magic in the area other than those two. Actually, make me a perception check for the detect magic. Okay. Yeah, no, you don't sense anything. Just that abjuration magic that you can see and not much else. Or abjuration evocation combination.
What?
All right, so you all head up and go through the front door?
Yeah. Let's see.
All right. As you go up and you open the door... hold on, Terrence is typing. That's a good question. What's the marching order?
I'll
be in the back.
I'll be behind Vincent. Vincent 2's got to fall
But
behind.
we can sandwich our caster. So,
right. So Vincent, Rachel, Terrence, and then Lunala. All right. As you step forward, you slowly open the small door, and as you step through, you step into this soaring space that makes up Astor Hall of the New York Public Library. The interior maintains the same Greek arches and architecture, but with the designs, but with like the plaster interior and designs that are more reminiscent of like a medieval cathedral than it is like the Greek exterior. You see two staircases on either side of the room that lead up to the second floor, and as you step into about about like a half an inch of water, and you see that it actually gets deeper as you go in on this first floor. And actually, as you open the door, like a little bit of the water starts to filter out of the building and starts to go down the stairs. And the scent of seawater also fills your nostrils.
That's interesting. Looking around, do I see like a cause for the salt water? Like, is there like a spout somewhere that's shooting? Like I don't know, the fucking plane of water. I don't know.
Is it like stagnant water? Is there motion to it?
It is not stagnant. I can tell you that much without a perception. Or sorry, it is stagnant. You can tell that much without a perception check. Make me an investigation check to kind of try to determine a little bit more about it, rather than perception.
Oh, you, Lunala.
Does anybody else want to roll an investigation check? Because two people get to roll it.
I have actually. If we wanted, I have expertise in investigation.
You got this.
Sure. Bring it.
Go cop.
Nice.
Yeah. All right.
23. Fuck yeah.
As you kind of get down a little bit closer to the water, you notice that the water towards the door is only about like a half an inch, but that the water as you go further into the towards the center of the building, the water seems to get a little bit deeper. Like that might be the source of it, and you're probably on the outer edge of like a large puddle. Oh, and I can also share these nice pictures of the hall that you're standing in, called Astor Hall. Probably a little bit better than my explanations. It's not deep. Again, it's more like a puddle. The place that you're standing in is maybe like half an inch of water towards the outer edge. As you go in, it'll probably get maybe ankle deep as far as you can see. You can't see further past the door on the far side of the room. They're magic boots. They'll be fine.
Half an inch deep. Terence drowning. Guys, save him.
Yeah. That is true. The boots were made for walking, not swimming.
All right. Well, let's just head on forward. We don't see any signs of anyone here at all. Like, there's no like, I don't know, like fucking like crumpled up wrapper from like someone's recent lunch, sitting at a table or something, right? I don't know.
Make me a perception check.
No.
It just seems to be water. Are you all like trying to be stealthy as you move through? Because you're kind of splashing through water.
Stealth.
It's kind of hard to stealth when you create ripples. That's
Yeah.
I'll try and stealth. I'll try and blend in.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to step maybe 10 so feet away from the group, so as to not be caught with loud fucks like us, you know?
16. You're able to kind of skirt around the edge of the room. You're quieter than your friends, and you feel the fact that they're not trying to stealth at all and just are like walking through this water, splashing, that it kind of enhances your stealth a little bit more than it really should. But like you said, it's kind of hard to stealth when you're making ripples. But you make your way to the far side door. Do you guys go through it?
There's no magic on the door at all.
Yeah, I grab it.
Terence does not sense any magic.
Okay.
You grab and open the door?
Yep.
All right. As you fling open the door and look into the next room, you are met with an odd sight. As you look through, you see a large albino sperm whale. As far as you know, dead, or at the very least not moving, in front of you, with several harpoons sticking out of its body.
Oh, honey.
And around it is like the deepest part of the seawater. And as a matter of fact, when you open the door, like a few more inches of seawater sort of flow out.
I'm gonna go. Is that the white whale from Moby Dick?
Not sure. How did it get in here?
Good question. Well, we might find out the answer if we continue on.
You enter the room? You all enter the room?
I'm
I have
falling
my
behind
shield
my
up.
big boy.
Yes.
Shield up and beat and stick out.
All right, shield up and beating stick out. You head into the room, and as you look along the side of the whale, you notice that it is bleeding into the water, but rather than the water actually getting bloody, instead, you notice that the blood is actually turning into physical pages with type on it, like a book page. And next to the whale's body, you find an older man with a wind-scarred face, crumpled up in like the fetal position, clutching something in his hand.
My God, you might actually be right.
I'm gonna ask him, Captain Ishmael?
There's no response.
That's peculiar.
Yeah, I'm gonna run over and see if he's breathing.
You run over. Make me a medicine check.
Sure. Ah, that's something I should have taken.
He's dead.
It's hard to tell. His body is kind of cold, but he's been in the water for a while, so you can't quite tell.
I'll pass over one of my healing pots if someone wants to use that on him. I have 4 of them, so I can.
Doesn't
I can
look
give-
like he's breathing. Let's not waste supplies.
All right.
So odd that it's also bleeding paper. Can I
It's
get
very
close to that
strange.
and see, like, can I pick up any of these pages?
Yes, you can. As you reach down and you pick up the page, you read a page about a sea captain that is in the middle of combat with a large whale known as Moby Dick.
Go.
All right,
I think you got it.
Terrence, this is your specialty. What do we have here?
Does it like stay a page still in my hand, or does it like separate, or?
It stays a page in your hand. It's pretty wet due to the water, so it was kind of hard to read, and it's more falling apart because of that, but it seems to just be a regular one. You don't sense any magic coming from either of these. But I'll say make a perception check. You don't have to call inspiration before you make the perception check. You can still use inspiration to try for another one. I don't just automatically take the pre-set inspiration, if you would like. Okay.
16 it is.
With your detect magic up, you don't sense any magic coming from this, but the way that these pages and these bodies kind of interact with the ambient magic around you, you get the vague echoes of like extraplanar forces, sort of like conjuration magic echoes left over. Very similar to when a creature from another world crosses over to here.
Oh, I should probably point out now that obviously I am a paladin, so you all, while near me, have +4 to all of your saving.
Oh, hell yeah.
Terrence, while you have that ring on, sir, for the next hour, you have +1 to your AC, +1 extra to your saving throw, so +5 in total, and you have resistance to all damage.
Nice. All right. Do you communicate that, Terrence, to the rest of the group? All right. So that is what you sense from the whale, the dead whale with the harpoons, and the man with something curled in his hand in the fetal position.
I mean, it's usually better to let the dead lie, but it might be impertinent to our mission. Let's take a look at his hands.
You're gonna try to open his hand?
Yeah.
All right. You open his hand and you find a single gold doubloon. Much different from the gold that all of you have in your wallets, which is actual paper currency. This is a physical old Spanish doubloon, minted in the late 1800s, 1897 specifically.
It's no use to him. What do you guys think? Should we take it?
I don't really know. What it does. I mean, honestly, it'd probably be better to put it in the envelope, just in case.
Yes. Oh, we.
Oh, the goop.
Is, yep.
I like
Terrence,
to
is your
refer to it
detect-
as the goop envelope. If you don't mind.
Envelope.
Terrence, is your detect magic still up? Because if it is, he can just take a look at it and would know.
That's true. It is, and it does not give off any sort of magic any more than the whale and Ahab do.
Well, in that case, it's money and not in. It was his, and I curl it back up in his finger.
All right. And actually, I'll say with that perception check, Terrence, you do notice a large amount of magic coming from the room on the far side beyond the whale. Like from the place that you came in on the far side of the room from that, you notice like quite a large amount of magic is pouring out from that area. It is the same abjuration and evocation as you felt from outside.
Think it's a way to shut down the bear. Maybe we can get Montoya and the like in here.
Possible.
Probably a good idea to do so.
Whoever exchanged numbers, text them if the shield goes down. Come in as backup.
All right.
All right. I mean, you should honestly have it too, Terrence, as I'm like pulling my phone texting. We literally have been working with them for 2 weeks.
Vincent, Terrence, thank you.
What did I say?
Terrence,
Did I say Terrence?
you did.
My bad. I would say Vincent.
Yeah, but that. No.
I don't like texting people. I don't like using technology.
And it's quite hard to get at my pockets with all the gear on. So.
Yeah. As I'm texting over details. All right, sent over.
Appreciate it.
Let's move forward towards the magic door that could.
Yeah, Terrence, lead us to that magic thing.
All right. As you start walking past the large whale and the dead man towards the magic door, you pass by one of the large columns in the room, and you find 3 more dead bodies. This time in black robes. Much easier to tell that they're dead due to the emaciated appearance of the 3 figures. They are smaller, about the size of children or very, very young teenagers. And they are all... one of them is face up and the other 2 are face down, wearing dark black robes with some sort of a sigil on the robes.
I'm gonna flip over the 2 that are face down and try to identify them.
Right. And what?
Oh, just gonna try and identify them.
Okay. Make me an investigation check.
I have an idea where they're from, but I don't think Rachel would know.
Ooh, this I need to know. What do you think?
Are they from the Lord of the Rings? Are they from Lord of the Rings?
No.
It's 3 dead children.
As you flip over the bodies, you notice that the sigil on their coats bears an eagle, a snake, a badger, and a lion, and it says Hogwarts on it.
Oh! I'm gonna check their bodies for wands.
You search their body, and you don't find anything else on it.
All right.
But they seem to be wearing school clothes, and they are maybe 11 or 12 years old, very, very young children. But you do notice that the very fringes of their coats, as well as parts of their body, are starting to turn into that same paper material. Like actually, as you lift up the like their shirts, you notice that like a section of the body, the skin is actually going from like skin to like skin with like a little bit of writing to actual paper, almost like the paper was growing out of them. But as you watch it, you notice that actually the paper is getting longer and longer, like the skin is actively turning into paper as you watch it for a minute or two.
I've ever read J.K. Rowling. But
You never read Harry Potter?
No, I have read. I have read.
Well,
I have read.
Oh,
Yeah, Rachel hasn't.
Okay.
Rachel has.
I haven't.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
Have you seen
have
it?
not. I've seen the first.
Buddy.
Yeah. So yeah. It's just like, I've never read of J.K. Rowling. What did she do to magic that makes you so unhappy with her, Terence?
I mean, no offense. I think stories like Harry Potter kind of help people not freak out as much when real wizard is in their midst, don't you think? Helps normalizes these type of things. Hey, listen, if you're like other wizards that I've had the pleasure of coming in contact with, you can love explosions. All right, that explosions scare people, Terrence.
But look.
Yeah.
Say my class enjoyed them greatly. Those that survived.
Is that why you work for the BAP now, huh?
Once again, you just have Lunala like hit the chest, like Vincent. Hit Vincent, like, can you not for one day?
I don't think he can. Oh, good.
It's gotta be like culture shock going from one talent to the other with fucking like Rachel and Terrence. Like, man, the last one's super kind, this one's just a fucking dick.
As you're all standing together, there are a number of large pillars and arches in this particular room, with the whale kind of like wedged in between that central aisle there, very much shoved in there, showing no real way of how it got in here. As you are talking amongst yourselves, I'll say, Rachel, you have the largest passive perception. Yeah. You hear the door handle on the door with the large amount of magic coming from it start to click and turn as someone starts to open the door.
I'm gonna put my hands up to my lips in front of everyone and point at the door.
I have my gun drawn.
All right. Are you all hiding? Are you staying in plain sight? What are you doing?
I'm going to hide by turning invisible.
In the water?
Yes, in the water.
Okay. You turn invisible, but there's still like small holes where your feet are. It's hard to see the holes, but they're there.
Yeah.
All right. You turn invisible. Lunala, what do you do?
I have my gun drawn. I'm probably like 10 feet away from the door, just since I was more near the back, and I just have it trained.
All right, you aren't that close to the door. You're maybe like 30 feet away.
Oh, we're still like far enough away. Okay,
Yeah,
I thought we were like up to the door when this happened.
Oh, no. You're a bit of ways.
Okay.
Far enough away that someone on the inside could have heard you, and this is what kind of drew them out.
Gotcha. Then I will I will have my gun still drawn out, and I'll get like partial cover behind like one of the pillars there, and I'll just have my gun, my pistol, just trained towards the door.
All right. Terence, type yours. Well,
Mirror image.
I keep on wanting to call you mirror image. Okay, so you aren't hiding, you're just casting mirror image in the middle of the room, or are you hiding first? What are you doing? And Vincent, what are you doing while Terence is typing?
Not played a... Nope, I'm good.
You're just standing there?
Shield up, beat and stick at the ready. I'll stand next to the entrance.
Okay, you're like 30 feet away.
Oh, I guess I'll go with Lunala. Try to get a little bit of cover.
Push next to.
All right. So with everybody else ducking for cover, Terence, are you ducking for cover, or just standing there in the middle with your duplicate?
Duplicates.
Sorry, duplicates. All right. As the door opens and you see it looks like a large bipedal bat with pitch black skin, sort of vestigial bat wings between its arms and torso, large bat ears, and a snub nose. Walk in, open the door, and sort of walk into the room, low to the ground. It looks forward, and its ears sort of point towards you, Terence, as it looks in, and it sees a dwarf standing in the middle of the room talking to 3 other dwarves that look exactly like it. Only one of them is only making sound. It looks at you and it kind of cocks its head. Who are you?
I ready a shot if it does anything aggressive towards him.
Make me a charisma check.
That's something else.
Poor DM
That thing is
just
horrifying.
Holy ever-loving crap.
Yeah.
Okay, instead of just
New party face.
Okay, instead of calling for backup, it's going to like walk in further, and the door is actually going to close halfway, like not all the way, but enough that it blocks view into the room. As it starts walking towards you on 2 legs and then on 4. I said, what are you doing? As it gets up close to you, like maybe 10 feet away, as it continues stalking towards you as you are talking to your duplicates. This is a very confused looking bat creature.
Oh god. Say to the AC repairman.
Roll me an insight check. It's large and it is stalking towards you in a predatory manner. You get the sense that it's mostly confusion that it hasn't like called for backup or like lunged for your throat. It's more trying to figure out the situation than it is being harmless. And I'm going to say everybody who hid, make me stealth checks. Let's see if you can get past its passive.
Alright.
See that.
23.
Does being invisible do anything in this case, or is it
It still gives you advantage.
Wow.
You have advantage from like multiple sources. So that would make it a DC 15. I'll say that this is a group check, so damn.
Our
15.
lowest was 15.
Yeah, literally everybody passes except for Terence. Please excuse me and my friends. I have to deal with Nosferatu's love child. As you say that, it stops about 10 feet away. Recognition covers its face. It narrows its eyes at you, and it bends down, and it looks like it is ready to pounce.
Can I do my attack? My held action then? If it looks like it's about to attack.
You may. You are going to fire?
Yeah.
All right. Guns are loud, just letting you know.
Yeah.
Okay. And I will say that is where we will end the session as this creature goes to lunge and Lunala opens fire. We'll begin next session rolling for initiative.
On.
You want me to roll attack now or next session?
Next session. I'll forget.
Just make a note that like Luna roll attack. I forget. Weeks are long.
Yeah.
I'm simply here to distract you. The thing's gonna do.
I'm realizing the more I'm doing shit, the more confusing it is. It's like I summon, I use this gun, I walk up walls. What the fuck are you?
Yeah.
I'm thinking you're a ranger at this point. Yeah.
Ranger with a gun.
Blasphemous.
It's all I can think because the ranger has a, companion. Oh, God.
So like there's the Drake Ward, then there's the Beastmaster. Beastmaster's a lot of fun. But that one's always out. Drake Warden is definitely interesting. So Chris, you've missed some things in the crest. It has been quite the adventure.
Oh boy.
Who died?
No one. Actually, well,
Actually,
wrong.
Robin died.
Yeah, Robin died.
Oh, permanently?
No.
No.
They found Robin. So
Oh, cool.
he was one of the bosses in the temple.
Mm-hmm.
So they had to fight him. And then they revived him in the same fight, and then now he was an ally in that same fight to fight the other boss, because there was two bosses.
Oh, cool. So you guys cleared a second temple?
Yep, we have now cleared a temple.
Awesome. Did you get access to higher level spells or no?
Difficult.
We don't know yet.
Yeah, yeah, so what happened was we cleared it, and then everybody, and by everybody, I kind of mean, who was it?
Everyone
Rob?
except for me and you, and me. Sorry, Robin, and because now I'm playing two characters, so I can't say me. Robin and Xylus basically
Well,
got taken.
who asked Xylus to open the door?
That would probably been Tellock, because Rory wouldn't really have asked because he doesn't know too much about them. Tellock's the only one that really knows, and literally Leo knows nothing about the doors.
Yeah, so basically, Talak asked Xylus to open up a door to get out of the thing.
And because it was
Temple.
crumbling.
Yeah, it was crumpling, and I rolled some numbers, and tentacles whipped out from the doorway and pulled everybody but Xylus in, and Xylus at the last second grabbed onto Robin and stopped him from being pulled in, and then the two of them jumped away. Now we're in a big fuck you room.
Well, we got into a fuck you room. We learned some things about like Medgar and the aberration shits. spoke with
I
an
still need to
individual.
go back and watch that.
Yeah, because you were kind of like
I
out
just
part of
step
that.
away. Yeah.
We learned some stuff, and then we were able to teleport out of there by touching basically like it was like a frozen scene, except
That I
for like
didn't know.
yeah, it was like a frozen scene. Except for the giant raven-looking dude. The he like loomed over us. He answered questions, but not very well. Because I was like, Robin was like,
Yeah.
how do we get out of here? And he was like, he was basically like struggling. Like, oh no, I was like, can you get this out? He was like, I can. And I was like, well, can you do it? And he was like, I can't, not for you. And I was like, what if I like, we'll do a favor, all right? Let's make a fucking deal. Like Robin was just straight up, just like, all right, bro. And it was like restore this world. Basically, we were in like, you looked outside this room, and it was just like, have you seen Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, right?
Yep.
Like when the giant like tentacles shits were coming from the sky to kill everyone.
Vaguely.
In like one of the final scenes when like everyone was getting turned to the Philosopher's Stone.
Okay.
It looked like that. It just absolute desolation, maws coming from like a black sky. Everything was like dusted. It was awful looking. The pure like chaos. It was like restore this world to glory, and it's like, all right, well how? And it just didn't respond. I'm like, all right, well fuck you then. Like you're gonna tell me to do something, don't tell me how. So then we touched Medgar that was in the middle of the room casting a spell. All the other things from the temples, like all the other like statues we've seen, they were like all actual people that were just like slaughtered by the aberrations. And we just touched Medgar's frozen state as Tishi was casting a spell, and we teleported out, and we don't know exactly where we ended up yet. We ended the session with us teleporting.
Yeah, because it kind of caught Malachi off guard.
Because part of it was like he did the doorway, which it was like okay, but he did it without putting it up against the wall or anything, which causes complications.
Yeah. Well,
he's in the middle of the room.
I kind of like half stepped away because when we got into that room, he said we weren't really going to be doing anything in that room, and we were going to call it.
And then we just kept going.
And then we just.
Well, it's because we were so scared to move in that room. We were like, it was literally
don't touch anything.
Like, don't touch anything. Don't look at anything. Don't say anything. But yeah, so.
Okay, and that whole creature's not answering thing. That's less the creature. That's more Mal. Let's be honest.
So we also learned upon the level up, since we're getting to a point, Mal gave away to the casters that can cast it. Whenever he does that doorway, it's Dream of the Blue Veil. Essentially, it's a modification of that's casted. So we're literally going to different dimensions.
Yep. I forgot.
Like not like planar space. Like we're going to alternate realities. They're planar spheres, is what they're called. Which they're literally like we could be going to Eberron or something like that for all we know.
Yeah.
And these these people like Medgar and stuff like that, they're supposedly from this other world. So this other universe.
You should probably level his skill up as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Never know.
Yeah, I know.
We have been talking about retiming or being. I think we kind of.
Well, that retime would be even worse for Chris.
Yeah, you guys switched it to like 1 a.m., which is like absolutely worse.
Yeah, we're even later. That's even less that Chris would be able to do.
Yeah.
But you could sleep and then wait for the session.
I wouldn't be able to get enough sleep. Trust me, I did the math.
Gotcha.
It's like, and it's always on the absolute worst day. Anyway, speaking of sleep, I have to work tomorrow, so.
Thank you for running. I look forward to fighting bat monsters next session.
Yeah, it's been a very long time since I've played a paladin, so I'm excited.